Main 2026, right? So what was your reaction? Was the paper easy, medium, moderate?
I feel like it was moderate to easy paper actually. I was able to attempt 73 questions.
Oh, that's great. Did you also sit for session 1?
Yes, I did sit.
So in comparison to session 1, was this easy or
It was
difficult?
much easier, much easier because session 1 a lot of the questions were a lot more ambiguous. This time the questions were more straightforward, direct one formula type.
Right. So were there any googly questions or twisted questions asked this time?
No, they were all straightforward actually. If you've read everything from the NCRT, it shouldn't be a problem.
So you're saying most of the topics were covered from NCRT. So if a candidate has studied...
9%, yeah.
Okay. Now talking about the split of subjects, right? Physics, chemistry and math. What do you have to say about that? What was easy? What was difficult?
Personally, I'm weak at maths, but I think physics was the easiest of all of them. Maths was the hardest, and chemistry was moderate to easy.
And what's your take on numerical value questions?
Physics and chemistry was easy. It wasn't like weird answers where you'd be confused if it was correct or not, and you had to do it more than once. It was straightforward. Maths, you might have to do it once or twice to just check it.
So was the paper lengthy or were you able to manage your time
I was
properly?
able to manage them. Chemistry 1 hour, physics 1 hour, maths 1 hour. It was good. Yeah.
Now talking about the entire paper pattern, right? Looking at your previous year questions, was the pattern more or less similar or was it different?
There were actually 4 questions, I believe, that were directly came from shift 1. They just changed the values, but the model of the question was the exact same. They only changed the values and it was a direct answer.
Hi, so you just appeared for your JEE Main 2026. So how was the paper?
It was easy as usual, like maths was lengthy, physics and chemistry were easy.
So math was lengthy. What about physics, chemistry?
Physics was very easy.
So were you able to manage time?
Yes,
Did you sit for session 1 as well?
yes.
Now comparing it with session 1, how was session 2?
Session 2 was easy with computer.
And talking about the paper pattern as a whole, right? Did you see the similar kind of pattern as per previous year questions or was there something different?
Yes, same, it was same.
Right. Talking about the split in maths, physics and chemistry, which section did you feel was the easiest?
Physics section A was easy.
And difficult was maths?
Maths.
Maths, okay. If you would like to give one tip to other students there, what would your advice be?
I would tell to concentrate on physics and chemistry.
Right.
Attempt them with taking time, and maths you can attempt less. It's okay.
Talking about chemistry, which part was asked more, from organic, inorganic or physical?
Organic was asked.
What about physical and inorganic?
Physical and inorganic they were equal, but organic was more.
Any chapter specifically like this for physics and math where the weightage was more?
Not specific anyway.
So it was evenly distributed is what you're saying. And what about topics from NCRT? Was reading NCRT sufficient?
NCRT is enough.
So NCRT is enough, all right. And are you appearing even for JEE Advanced? Are you preparing for that? So what is your preparation strategy going to be now? You'll just keep working hard. So how many questions did you attempt in total? All right. Thank you so much for talking to us and all the very best to you. Okay, hi. So you just appeared for JEE Main 2026, right? How was your paper?
I think chemistry, there was a lot more organic than I thought, like they were harder. Physics was relatively straightforward, really calculative, and math was really long, not too hard though.
So in general, was the paper lengthy or it was only the math section?
No, in general too, it was really lengthy in comparison. It wasn't as tough, it was more lengthy.
Oh, so but were you able to manage your time?
Mostly yes, but I answered less than I usually would at home.
All right. So talking about math, physics and chemistry, what was the hardest for you?
For me, chemistry is always harder than math and physics. Those, like, you know for sure if your answer is right or not compared to chemistry. So for me, it would be chemistry, but I think a lot of people might say math.
All right. Now looking at the trends of the paper, right? When you compare this paper with the previous year questions, was the pattern more or less same or was it different?
No, they're more like January 2026, so there's a lot more calculations. The questions are bigger. They're not as straightforward as they were in 2025.
So was it easier than the session 1 or difficult?
I think they were probably around the same level, but I was a bit more stressed back then. But being second time, I think it was a bit easier now.
You were more prepared now. So talking about the weighted split of chapters, right? Like in chemistry, what was of highest weightage? Inorganic, organic or physical?
I think there was a bit less physical, but inorganic and organic were pretty balanced.
What about physics? Was there any particular topic from which there were a lot of questions asked?
No, not really. Everything was around the same.
Balance.
Yeah.
And math?
Math, I think there was a lot more integration, but I think it's always like that as well. So
Hi, so you just appeared for JEE Main 2026, right? How was your paper?
It was actually easy to moderate. I felt it was easy to moderate. All the questions were doable. It was
So talking about your sections, right, of different subjects, math, physics, chemistry, can you take me through each of them? What was difficult? What was easy?
I felt actually my strong subject is chemistry, but this time I felt physics was really easy because everything was formula based. Most 90% questions were formula based, and I didn't want to over attempt, so I just attempted like 19, 18 questions in physics, and in chemistry I attempted 17. So physics and chemistry was really easy. Math compared to the session one, it was comparatively easier, and I attempted like 6, 7 questions.
Wow, that's great. What about the length of the paper? Was it lengthy? Like, were you able to manage time?
Yeah, actually, the time was like not a problem, and we can easily attempt like 40 questions in 3 hours. It was doable. Maths, we don't need to attempt like 10, 15 questions, right? So with 6, 7 questions, it's doable.
What about numerical value questions? How were they?
Numerical value, I only attempted one in numerical. That was in physics, and chemistry and math numerical was good, but I left those chapter. Chemistry was tough numericals overall.
So from the other shifts, we are getting to hear that there were many multi-statement questions, especially in chemistry. So what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, actually, as you can see in the coordination compound, they used to ask only one coordination number and direct question. But this time they actually multiple statement, and there were like only few, around 3 to 4. Otherwise, the other questions were good, and physical weightage in the MCQs was really less. Like inorganic and organic was good.
Hi, so you just gave JEE Main 2026, right? What do you have to say? How was the paper?
Compared to the session when it was really easy, like all of the sessions, all shifts I've watched and all of them were easy. And this time they've given all easy papers, and I'm sure cutoff is going to go like so much up.
So how many questions did you attempt if it was so easy?
Like above 30 I've attempted. I'm hoping for the best.
So talking about the different sections, right? Physics, chemistry, math, what do you think was the easiest and what was difficult?
Physics and chemistry were easiest, and math as usual lengthy. And it was also doable. All were doable, just we need to remember the formulas, and most of them were formulas based.
So what about numerical value questions? Were they difficult or were they twisted a little?
Numerical were moderate, they are not easy. Like compared to the section A, the section B part were moderate.
If I have to talk about the topic weightage and distribution, right? In chemistry, what was highest weightage? Was it organic, inorganic or physical?
No, organic was like hardly visible. It was like 2 to 3 questions, and then mostly was like theory based questions. And that's it.
What about physics? Was there any particular chapter from which they asked a lot of questions?
All theory based only. Physics also not much. Thermodynamics, this all they've not asked much.
Okay, electrostatics, current, electricity?
No,
Not that much. What about math? Any specific chapter or topic?
Ellipse and hyperbola, 2-3 questions were asked. More like we normally expect only one question in all of the shifts, but then this time they were asked 2 to 3 questions. So like most theory, they're making it easy kind of.
Now let's look at some questions from mathematics.
Good evening, students. Today we have with us the question paper of JEE Mains. Today's shift, which is on April 6th, second session. Okay. So today with us we have few memory-based questions, and this is one such question. We have question from areas, and this question is asking us to find the area enclosed between two curves. So if you try to plot the curve, one is y is equal to minus x. This is something like this, and x square minus 8x is going to be like this. These are the intersection points. So guys, if you see carefully, this is the area which he is talking about. So how do you find this area? So this is the area bounded by the line y is equal to minus x and the parabola. So if you have been through enough practice, the area enclosed between parabola with x-axis or any straight line, okay, based on that we can take the area. Here x square minus 8x is equal to minus 8x. If you take, this is f of x and this is g of x. So area enclosed between this curve, these both curves, which comes like this, x square minus 7x. So guys, one shorter way, because most of the mains questions are lengthy, so one shorter way to solve this one is using the formula delta power 3 by 2 by 6a. and the delta is the discriminant of this quadratic polynomial which we got by equating this curve as well as this straight line. So for x square minus 7x, what is delta? Delta is equal to 49. And what is a, which is equal to 1. So the area which we are looking for is 49 power 3 by 2 by 6. So which is again 7 cube by 6, which is 343 by 6. Guys, if we use this formula, you could do like this also, where you can integrate from 0 to the intersection point, which is 7, upper curve minus lower curve. Okay, if you do that also, you will be able to find the area under these two curves. But instead of integrating, if you are able to remember, because this is one such question which is asked very frequently. So if you are able to remember this formula, you could do this question in less than 50 seconds. Okay, so we'll move on to next question. Sum of a certain series is given up to 10 terms. Because if you can write the general term for this one, TR is equal to 1 by r into 1 square, 2 square, so on till r square, which is once again 1 by r into the formula from of the sum of squares of n natural numbers or r natural numbers here, which would be r into r plus 1 2r plus 1 by 6. So I can cancel out r and r. So now I need to apply the summation. R starts from 1 to 10. So here if we start r from 1 to 10, what I am going to get here, r plus 1 into 2r plus 1 by 6. And this is going to be, if you expand this expression, 2r square plus 3r plus 1 by 6. And now if you separate the expression and apply the summation, so it will be 1 by 6 into 2 into sigma r square, 3 into sigma r, and sigma 1 will be n. So r runs from 1 to 10, it should be 10. So the answer will be 1 by 6 into 2 into sigma r square. Once again the same formula we are going to substitute, sum of squares of r natural numbers, in this case 10 natural numbers. So 10 into 10 plus 1 11, 2 into 10 plus 1 21 by 6, plus 3 into 10 into 10 plus 1 by 2 plus 10. So if you solve this one, so this calculation 2, 3 and this is 7. Okay. So this will be 770 plus 10 into 30 into 11, 330 by 2 plus 10 into 1 by 6. If you do this multiplication, you are going to get the answer 315 but divided by 2. So this question involves you is expecting us to know about the sum of squares of n natural numbers. Okay, we'll move on to next question. Next question is from definite integration using properties. One could easily find out one part of this function is odd function minus 1 to 1 if I can split it x cube by x square plus mod x plus 1 dx plus minus 1 to 1 mod x plus 1 by x square plus mod x plus 1. Guys, one could easily observe that this function is an odd function and its definite integral value will be 0. And what about this one? This is an even function. So I can write this as 2 into 0 to 1. And when you write 0 to 1, mod x you can replace it with x. X plus 1 by x square plus x plus 1 dx. So if I integrate, if I multiply 2 inside, I can write 2x plus 2 as 2x plus 1 by x square plus x plus 1 plus 1 by x square plus x plus 1. So guys, one can easily observe the integration of this part will be ln x square plus x plus 1, since it is already positive, limits from 0 to 1 plus, and this guys I can write 0 to 1 1 by x plus 1 by 2 whole square plus 3 by 4. So if I apply limits 1 plus 1 plus 1 ln 3 minus the other part will become 0 plus, and about this one, so you have to put the formula x square x plus 1 by 2 whole square plus 3 by 4. So what you can do, you can put 1 by, this is in the form of root 3 by 2 whole square. So the formula will be 1 by a, which is 2 by root 3 into tan inverse x plus 1 by 2 by root 3 by 2, root 3 by 2, limits from 0 to 1. So ln 3 plus, if you put 1 here, it is going to be 1 plus 1 by 2, which is again root 3 by 2, and this question will give you, I mean, if you substitute 1 upper limit, you can substitute in place of x as 1 and lower limit will be 0. So if you do it, 2 by root 3 into tan inverse 3 by 2 by root 3 by 2, and minus, if you put 0, 1 by 2, it will be tan inverse 1 by root 3. So ln 3 plus 2 to cancel root 3, which is tan inverse root 3 is pi by 3 minus tan inverse 1 by root 3 is pi by 6. So pi by 3 minus pi by 6, which is once again pi by 3. So ln 3 plus 2 pi by 3 root 3. So ln 3 2 by root 3 into pi by 3. Okay, so this is the, we are discussing about the question which involves about properties of definite integrals. Okay, when there is an odd function minus a to a, f of x dx has to be 0, and minus a to a, if f is even, you can write it as 2 into 0 to a f of x dx. Okay, so we will move on to next question. The value for which sine inverse something is equal to cot inverse. So he is asking from inverse trigonometry function. So if you write it, if you can express the right hand side of this one in terms of sine. So this is theta, this is 2 root x, and this is 1. So this will be 4x plus 1. So guys, this is sine inverse 2 by 3 root 1 minus x square is equal to. So cot inverse 2 root x can be written as sine inverse opposite 1 by root over 4x plus 1. Now if I equate the inputs, I am going to get 2 by 3 root 1 minus x square 1 by root 4x plus 1. Okay, now if you square this on both sides, you are going to get 4 by 9 into 1 minus x square is equal to 1 by 4x plus 1. Okay, now one thing is you could solve this one, or else when it comes to objective point of view, okay, because you are solving a mains question which will always take so much time, and if you same time in this question, you could use that time elsewhere. So you could easily substitute this value and see which one is working here, or else you could convert this one. If you convert also, you will be getting a cubic equation 1 minus x square into 4x plus 1 is equal to 9. So let me see if 1 by 2 works here or not. 4 into 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 once again, and this is 4 into 1 by 2 is 2, 2 plus 1 3. Here we have 2 into 3, we are getting 6. Okay, one second. So we have cot inverse 2 root x, this is 2 root x, and this is 1, and this will be root over 4x plus 1, right? Perfect. So 4 by 9 into 1 minus x square is equal to 1 by 4x plus 1. Yeah. So 4 into 1 minus x square. So let me solve this one. Sorry. Yeah. So if you solve this one, you're going to get 4 into 4x plus 1 into 1 minus x square is equal to 9. Okay. And this will be 4 into 4x plus 1 minus 4x cube minus x square is equal to 9. So if you simplify this one, you get a cubic equation minus 16x cube minus 4x square plus 16x minus 5 equal to 0. So guys, this will be 16x cube plus 4x square minus 16x plus 5 equal to 0. Now this is the cubic equation we have to solve. Okay, so how do you solve a cubic equation? We are supposed to solve a cubic equation using first root of the cubic equation has to be found out by trial and error method. You could try for 1 by 2 now. So it will be 16 by 8 plus 4 by 4 minus 16 by 2 plus 5. So this will be 2. This will be 4 by 4 1 3 plus 5 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. So clearly x is equal to 1 by 2 satisfies this condition. So this is one such value which will satisfy this one. So that should be the answer. We will move on to the next question. Next question is asking us to find shortest distance between two lines in three-dimensional geometry. So this is equal to, so what is the shortest distance between two skew lines? Okay, so try to see if they are parallel or not. They are not. Okay, so what will be the formula? X2 minus x1. So these are 2 points. These two lines are passing through 4, 3 and 2. At the same time, minus 2, 6 and 5. So x2 minus x1 which is 6, 3 minus 6 which is minus 3, 2 minus 5 which is minus 3. Then I, J, K, the DRs of the both lines. So 1, 2 and minus 3, 2, 4 and minus 5. That by that of I, J, K, 1, 2 minus 3 and 2, 4 minus 5. So guys, you have to solve this one. 6 into minus 10 plus 12 plus 3 into minus 5 plus 6 and minus 3 into 4 minus 4, 0 divided by, so this is going to be minus 10 plus 2, once again the same thing you are going to get 2 I cap plus 3 j cap and this will be 0, that's it. So this is going to be 12 minus 10 to 12 plus 3 by under root, this is going to be root 4 plus 9 root 13. So this is going to be 15 by root 13. Looks like some options are not here, but still this is the formula for finding shortest distance between two skew lines. Okay, what we did is, this is x1 y1 z1 and x2 y2 z2. What is the formula? Det x1 minus x2, y1 minus y2, z1 minus z2, and then you write the DRs of the line 1, 2, minus 3, 2, 4 and minus 5, and then you write the same thing, the determinant, cross product of the DRs in the denominator and take its magnitude. Okay, we'll move on to next question. And one question, one very standard question which we have seen from most of the previous year questions, similar model. So he is asking us to, there is a diagonal matrix here, there is a upper diagonal matrix. So here he is asking us to find a power 99. There are multiple ways to solve this problem. So if you observe a square, what is a square? 1 0 0 3 1 0 3 3 1 into 1 0 0 3 1 0 3 3 1. If you do the squares of this one, we are going to get, this is going to be the same. Now what we are change 3 plus 3 which is 6, and this is also going to be 6. 3 plus 9, 12 plus 3 is 15. Now you could observe this is 3, this is going to be 6, and in a cube the only thing which changes here 1 0 0, this is going to be 9. 3 3s are 9, 1 0, this is 1 9, and we need to see how this is changing. So 15 into 1 plus 3 into 3 9 plus 3, which is 27. Similarly, if I try to find A4, A4 will be 1 0 0 and 4 3s are 12, 12 here 1 0 1, and what about the other term into 1 0 0 9 1 0, sorry not 9, 3 1 0 and 3, 3, 1. So 27 into 1, 27 plus 27 plus 3. This is 30. 27 into 1, 9 into 3, 27, 1 plus 3. So it is going to be, so what is a square? 1 second. So this is 1, 3, 3, 15 plus 18. Sorry. This is 33 and this is 36. So this has to be 36. And now what will this be? 36 plus 27 plus 3, which is 66. Now guys, if you see, the product follows a particular pattern. So if you see, these things are very easy to tell. If a power 99 will be 99 into 3, these two terms. But what about this has a particular pattern? What is it? The first term, let me find the nth term of it. Tn is equal to 3. First one is 3. The next one is 6. Not 6. 3, 15 plus 36 plus 66 and so on. This is Sn, sum of these things, Tn. Guys, if you see, the differences are in AP. This difference is 12. This difference is also, this difference is, this is 21 and this is 30. Guys, you can see 12 and 21 there is a gap 9, and 21 to 30 there is a gap 9. So this is method of differences, where the differences of this series, each consecutive terms are in an AP. So what you can do, you write the same thing, Sn is equal to 3 plus 15 and so on Tn. So if I subtract and get Tn to this side, Tn is equal to, I am going to get 3 plus 9 plus 15 minus 3, 36 minus 15 is 21. And what about this thing? 15 minus 3 is 12, sorry, 12, 21, 66 minus 36 is 30 and so on, Tn minus 1. So guys, it is an AP starting from 3. So 3 plus 12 plus 21 plus 30 and so on. There are n terms. So n by 2. But anyway, he is asking us to find for 99. So 99 by 2 into 2a, which is 6, plus n minus 1, 98, into the common difference of this sequence is 9. So 99 by 2 into 6 plus, and this is going to be 9 into 98 is 810 plus 72, which is 882. Okay. So now if you just cancel it out, this is 3, this is 4, 4, 1. So 99 into 441. So in the matrix A power 99, this matrix is going to be 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, and this is going to be 3 into 99. This is also 3 into 99. And what is this being? What will this be? 99 into 441. 99 into 441. Now we are going to find A99 minus I. So B is equal to A99 minus 100,010,001. So guys, he is asking only about B31, B32, B21 positions. So which are basically B31, B32, B21. So guys, if you, these elements here are anyway zeros. If I subtract also, I am going to get the same term. So what I can do is I can just directly write it over here. So B31 plus, sorry, B31 plus B32 is 99 into 441 plus 3 into 99 whole divided by B21. What is B21? 3 into 99. So 99, 99, 99 cancelling it out. 444 by 3. Okay, so if I cancel it out, it is 148. So answer should be 148. So it seems to be lengthy, but it is the same. I mean, question which has been asked multiple times in both mains as well as advanced. Okay, so we'll move on to next question. Yeah, this question is about system of linear equations from determinants chapter. Okay, you could solve if you know what are the system of linear equations. If you observe, these are homogeneous equations, okay, where the constants are zeros. Now to have a non-trivial solution, the det has to be 0. Let me put det is equal to 0, cos 3 theta minus 8 minus 12, cos 2 theta 3 3 1 1 3. This has to be 0. Now if you expand this one, this is going to be 9 minus 3 6 cos 3 theta plus 8 into 3 cos 2 theta minus 3 minus 12 into cos 2 theta minus 3 equal to 0. So 6 cos 3 theta plus 24 cos 2 theta minus 24 minus 12 cos 2 theta plus 36 is equal to 0. So this once again, if I convert, if I just group the term 6 cos 3 theta and plus 12 cos 2 theta plus 12 is equal to 0. Okay, and this if I simplify further, 6 into cos 3 theta, guys, it is 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. And if I take 2 common, 2 into 2 cos square theta minus 1, which is 4 cos square theta minus 2 plus 2 here equal to 0. So this and this anyway gets cancelled out. Now if I take cos theta common, it is going to be 4 cos square theta minus 4 cos theta plus minus 3 equal to 0. So this is once again, if you factorize this one, 2 cos theta plus 3 into 2 cos theta minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so guys, this can never be 0. Let me check whether this is true or not. 6 minus 2 4 minus 3, right? So this can't be 0. So either cos theta is equal to 0 or cos theta is equal to 1 by 2. So if cos theta is equal to 0, then what are the solutions which lie in 0 to 2 pi? So which are pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. And what about this thing? Cos theta is equal to 1 by 2, pi by 3, and in the fourth quadrant it will be 2 pi minus pi by 3. So if you add this both, pi by 2 plus 3 pi by 2, which is 2 pi, and if you add this both, once again 2 pi. So answer should be 4 pi. So this is a question involving both determinants, system of linear equation concept, and trigonometric equations. Okay. Yeah. So we'll move on to the next question. Once again, an easy question from vector algebra. It's talking that A and B are two vectors. Okay, and 2A plus 3B and A minus B. Let me calculate what is 2A plus 3B. First of all, both vectors are given. So 2A 4I cap, 6J cap, 6K cap, plus 3B is 18I cap, 9J cap, 9K cap, and which is 22I cap plus 15J cap plus 15K cap. And what about A bar minus B bar, which is going to be minus 4I cap. That's it. Now if these are the sides of a triangle, then the square of the area. So what is the area of the triangle, guys? Half into, you could write like this also, 2A bar plus 3B bar cross A bar minus B bar. This will also do the job. Okay, but anyway, since we have found out these things, 1 by 2 into I J K 22 15 15 minus 4 0 0. So 1 by 2 into, so this is going to be, if you expand along this thing, minus 4 into 15J minus 15K. Okay, so this is 2 times, so it should be 2 into root over 15 square plus 15 square. So squaring of this one will be anyway 2 into root over 15 root 2, 15 root 2. So what will be the square? 225 into 4 into 2. So this is basically 900 into 2 is 1800. One simple question based on cross product. Area of triangle, just cross product of two vectors, half of cross product of two vectors. So far these are the 8 questions we have from memory based. Okay, some of the options will be different as it is a memory based paper. So far we have 8 and we'll be coming with more questions. Okay, thank you.
Let us now explore a few questions from physics.
So students, over here if you see this numerical, minimum deviation for an equilateral prism is 30 degree. Got it? Refractive index is, this is directly formula based numerical. In this numerical, minimum deviation is given out to be 30 degree, and the nature of prism that is given, that is equilateral prism. So prism angle is 60 degree. What are they asking? They are asking refractive index. So the refractive index formula is mu equal to sine A plus del minimum by 2 divided by sine A by 2. Now if you put those values, then it will become 30 plus 60 by 2 upon sine value of A, that is 60 by 2. So what are you getting? You are getting sine 45 upon sine 30. Sine 45 1 by root 2, sine 30 half, that will give you 2 upon root 2, and refractive index that you are getting root 2. So correct answer is 1. Got it? Now move on to the next numerical. In that next numerical, the system given below is released from rest. Find a speed of 6 kg block just before hitting the ground. So over here he is asking us to find a speed. This numerical you can solve by two methods. One method for Atwood machine, this system that is given over here that we call Atwood machine. For that one, formula of acceleration is m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2 multiplied by g. Got it? So this formula will give you acceleration. If you put those values, it will be 6 minus 2 upon 6 plus 2 multiplied by 10, that you are getting 4 upon 8 into 10 comes out to be 5 meter per second square. And speed he is asking when just before hitting the ground. So till it hits the ground, how much displacement this block is covering? That is 6 meter. So you can apply v square equals to u square plus 2as. Over there u is 0, v comes out to be under root 2as under root 2, acceleration 5 and displacement is 6. This will give you under root 60 meter per second. That comes out to be approximately 7.74 meter per second. So one method to solve this numerical is this one, although it is going to be a bit lengthy. If you know, then this numerical can be solved with method 2, that is work energy theorem. So these both blocks are connected by a string. Both of the blocks will have same velocity v. Both of the blocks will travel same displacement 6 meter per second. One block is going down and another block is moving up. So when I apply work energy theorem, what will I write? W equals to delta K plus delta U. Over here no one is doing work other than gravity, and work done by gravity I will write in form of change in potential energy. So what is final kinetic energy? Final kinetic energy for both of the blocks, half into 6 into v square plus half into 2 into v square. Initial kinetic energy is 0. Change in potential energy. One block 6 kg is moving down. So when block comes down, in that case potential energy decreases, it is negative. When block moves up, in that case potential energy increases, it is positive. So for 2 kg block, what will I write? It will be 2 and that change in potential energy we write mgh. So for 2 kg block, potential energy I will write 2 into 10. What height? 6. And that 2 kg block is moving up. So this potential energy will be positive. And 6 kg block is moving down. So that potential energy I will take negative, minus 6 into 10 into 6. So when you solve it, what are you getting? 4v square equals to, comes out to be 240. From here v equal to under root of 60. That is basically, once again, same value, 7.74 meter per second. So correct answer over here is 2. Clear? Now move on to the next numerical. In that one, it is given, find electric field for given electric potential at point 2, 3. So potential is given to us, v equals to 5x square minus y square. From potential, that electric field calculation formula is E equals to minus del V upon del x I cap minus del V upon del y j cap minus del V upon del z k cap. Is there anywhere that z component mentioned? No. So that del V upon del z will become 0. So put it in this formula, what you get, and over here that del by del x represents partial differentiation. When you are differentiating with respect to x, you will differentiate only that x component, y will become constant, and the differentiation of constant is 0. So you will get minus 5 multiplied by 2x I cap. Now move on to the del v upon del y. When you are differentiating with respect to y, x component will become constant and its differentiation will be 0. So it will be minus 5 into differentiation of minus y square is minus 2y j cap. So electric field you are getting minus 10x I cap minus plus 10y plus 10y j cap, and that field you have to calculate, wait a minute, that field you have to calculate at 2, 3. So when you place that one, it will be 2 into 10 I cap plus 3 into 10 j cap. So what are you getting? Minus 20 I cap plus 30 j cap, and from the given options, correct answer is 1. Let's move on to the next numerical. Over here, if percentage change in radius of sphere is 2%, find percentage change in volume of sphere. That is based on the error in measurement. Over here, volume of sphere, percentage change in volume of sphere is asked, and the given value is percentage change in radius of sphere. So volume, if I write, it is 4 by 3 pi r cube. And if any term z is written in form of x to the power a, y to the power b, then I can write dz by z equals to a dx by x plus b dy upon y. So similar way over here, dv upon v, I can write this 4 by 3 pi, it is a constant, it will become 3 dr upon r. What is that percentage change in radius? That is 2%. So from this given value, we will get 6%. That is percentage change in volume. Got it? Now move on to the next one. In that next numerical, 1H2 plus 1H2 equal to 2He4. That numerical is based on nuclear physics. Got it? Over here, this hydrogen reaction is given. Binding energy per nucleon. Now focus over here. It is binding energy but given per nucleon. So if an element is ZXA, for that one, binding energy per nucleon is total binding energy divided by total number of nucleons, that is A. So if I calculate total binding energy, that comes out to be A multiplied by binding energy per nucleon. So binding energy per nucleon for hydrogen is given out to be 1.1, for helium given out to be 7. So total binding energy of hydrogen, it will be how many nucleons in hydrogen? 2. So 2 into 1.1, what are you getting? 2.2. Binding energy total of helium, how many nucleons? 4. So it will be 4 into 7, what are you getting? 28. Got it? Mega electron volt. Now what he is asking? Find energy released in nuclear reaction. So over there you have to apply that Q value formula. What is Q value? Binding energy of product minus binding energy of reactant. Over here, what is product? That is helium. What is binding energy of helium? That is 28 minus what is reactant? That is hydrogen. How many hydrogens? 2. And binding energy of hydrogen 2.2. So total binding energy 2 into 2.2 comes out to be 4.4. So when you get that value, that Q value is 28 minus 4.4, 23.6 mega electron volt. So correct answer for this one, 1. Next numerical. This numerical, as you can see from diagram, that is from YDSE. What he is saying, lambda wavelength is given, separation between two slits is given, distance of screen from slit is given, I naught is intensity due to individual source on screen. So basically intensity due to both of the sources same. So what is formula of resultant intensity? That is 4 I naught cos square delta phi by 2. Got it? So intensity formula, resultant intensity is 4 I naught cos square delta phi by 2. Now what he is saying, I naught intensity due to individual source on screen. P is point on screen at which intensity is I naught. So value of I is given I naught, that is 4 I naught cos square delta phi by 2. I naught goes out, 1 by 4 cos square delta phi by 2. From here you are getting cos delta phi by 2 equals to 1 by 2. So that delta phi by 2 comes out to be pi by 3, pi 2 pi minus pi by 3. Wait a minute. Pi by 3, 2 pi minus pi by 3, 2 pi minus pi by 3, or it will be further you can write 2 pi plus pi by 3 and so on. Now what he is asking, minimum intensity, minimum distance of P from center of screen. So for minimum distance we will take minimum phase difference. What is that one? It is pi by 3. So delta phi comes out to be 2 pi by 3 and that delta phi is equals to what? 2 pi by lambda delta x. So from here delta x you are getting lambda by 3 and that is dy upon capital D. So when you solve it, it comes out to be d lambda upon 3d. Put all of these given values. So what is capital D? That is 50 into 10 to the power minus 2. What is lambda? 7000 angstrom. Lambda is given 7000 angstrom divided by 3 and small d is given 5 mm. 5 into 10 to the power minus 3. So when you solve it, final answer that you are getting, it is 70 by 3 micrometer. Got it? So which answer? That is 2. Next, in that next numerical, mass of the block 200 gram hangs from ceiling via spring. So a block is hanging with the help of a spring constant K via ceiling. In equilibrium, so at equilibrium condition, downward acting force mg, upward acting force kx, and the condition comes out to be mg equals to kx. Now what is given? Mass hangs from ceiling via spring in equilibrium. The extension in spring is observed to be 2 mm. So the value of x they have given 2 mm. From here what we will get? We will get K comes out to be mg by x, 200 gram, that is 0.2 into 10 divided by 2 into 10 to the power minus 3, 2 mm. So that comes out to be 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter. So K you have got from given information. Now what he is saying? Find angular frequency of its SHM and energy stored in spring in equilibrium position. So angular frequency, formula of angular frequency, my dear students, it is under root K by M. What is under root, what is value of K that we have calculated over here? That is 1000. What is M? That is 0.2. So when you solve it, you get it 5000. That under root of 5000, that you can write 50 root 2 radian per second. So from that omega, you can get the answer that you are getting 2. But still, what further he is asking? Energy stored in spring. So formula of energy stored in spring, half kx square. Value of k, 1000, x extension 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 whole square. So this comes out to be 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 joule. That further you can write 2 millijoule. So further our answer to that verifies. Clear? Okay.
Yeah, the first question is the hybridization state of the nickel in the three complexes nickel tetracarbonyl NiNH3 whole 6 plus 2 and NiCN whole 4 minus 2. So first of all we will see the nickel atomic number is 28. So nickel, in case of the nickel's carbonyl, nickel oxidation state is 0. So there is 4s2 and the 3d8 configuration is there. So if you are going to write down, there are the 5. So 8 electrons are there and there are the 2 electrons in the 3d5, 3d8 and the 4s2. So in this case what will happen, the CO is SFL, strong field again. So what will happen? So when it is going to form the bond, the electrons are going to get paired one. So this is available and the sp3, the p orbital, the 4 p orbitals are available and this is the 4s. So their hybridization will be, for this one hybridization is sp3. What we can say for the nickel NH3 whole 6 and there is a plus 2. So nickel plus 2 configuration is there and NH3 is weak field again. So weak field again, what will happen? There is no pairing. Pairing will not be there. So in this case the octahedral complex is there. So sp3d2 will we can say. The third configuration, the third one is nickel cyanide whole 4 is there and there is a minus 2. So nickel oxidation state is plus 2. So the 3d8 it is. So what will happen overall? So in this case the pairing will get a start. and in the so is the this orbital is available and the s and the p orbital is available. So d sp2 hybridization we can say. So the correct option will be the Chennai C. We'll move to the next question. In this question is from the Arrhenius equation. So what we have studied here, so from the Arrhenius equation, k is equals to pre-exponential factor e to the power minus e upon rt. So what we can say, the e upon rt will be equal to 2800 Kelvin. So ea will be equal to 2800 upon t. So 2800 upon into r. So that will be equal to 2800 multiplied by the 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. Joule per mole. So when we will calculate in the kilojoule, so it will come the answer A. The next question is, the thermodynamics only. The isothermal reversible expansion, the work done in the isothermal reversible expansion is minus nRT ln V2 upon V1. So there is a Vf upon Vi. So one goes, A matches with the 1. Adiabatic reversible expansion, so work done in the adiabatic reversible expansion will be equal to ANCV T2 minus T1, and in this case what we can say, NR upon gamma minus 1 T2 minus T1. So it is going to get this B matched with the 2. Similarly, in the case of the irreversible expansion where the T dash F and the in the one stroke it is going to get the final stage, so it is going to get matched with the 3. And for the free expansion the work done is the 0, so it is the correct option will be the Chennai. The next question is from the chemical bonding. Out of the SF4, SF6, H2S, SO2, SO3 molecules, only 4 molecules do not follow the octet rule. So we will draw the SF4 is the seesaw structure. So when we will find out the number of lone pair is 1. So how many electrons are there? So this compound is following the octet expansion is there. Octet expansion is there. So in this case it is not going to follow the octet rule. The SF6 is there, it is also octet expansion is there, because when you will see this is the octahedral complex, sulfur, and there is fluorine, 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 and there are the total how many electrons to be there, 12 electrons to be there onto the central atom. So this is not going to follow, this is also the octet expansion. H2S is there, this is the water molecular structure like that. So S and the hydrogen, so 2 electrons and 2 electrons, so it is going to follow the octet rule. So there are the octet rule, it is going to follow the octet rule. SO2 is there, so this is the structure, the bent like a structure is there, there are the 2 lone pair are there, so 4 electrons are there, 4 electrons are there, so overall 1 electron is there. One lone pair electron to be there, it is not there. Like what we can draw here. So there is one lone pair. So how many electrons are there? 8 plus 2, 10 electrons are there. So it is also not going to follow the octet. So there is octet expansion. And similarly the SO3 is also showing the octet expansion. There are the structure of the SO3 is like this one. So the 4 are going to follow the octet expansion. So this is the true one. The H2O, SO2, H2S have the only one lone pair on the electron. So there is only the 2 lone pair electrons in case of the H2O. There are one lone pair in case of the SO2, but in this case the 2 lone pair will be there. So the second statement will be the false, or so we can collect that one, which one is the correct one. So the correct option will be Agra. Now the next question is a bonding test, and there is, like in this case, if we'll find out the, first of all we'll find out the bonding, the bronze ring test given by the nitrate, but somehow sometimes the nitrite ion can also give. This is the nitrate ion and this is the nitrite ion. So nitrite ion, what will happen, it will reduce into the NO, and when NO is going to get react with the H2S in presence of the H2SO4, there will the formation of Fe H2O whole 5 and the NO, and there is a formation of, this is the bronze ring. This is the bronze ring. So in this case the correct option will be the sodium nitrite and the FeH2 whole 5, the NO plus 2. Next question, this is the very easy question. Next question, if excess of the AgNO3 is added to the 0.05 molar 100 ml of the tetra dichlorochromium 3 chloride complex aqueous solution, then the number of moles. So this is also very simple question. AgNO3 is there, it is going to get react with the chromium H2O whole 4 and the Cl2. So in order to satisfy the valency, there is this kind of a complex to be there, and there is the formation of the compound, the AgCl, that is a PPT, and there is a formation of the chromium H2O whole 4 and the Cl2, because this Cl is not going to participate into the reaction because this is under the square bracket. This is the primary valency and this is the secondary valency. The secondary valency is not going to lose their identity. Only the primary valency can lose their identity. So what will happen in this case, if I find out the number of moles of this one. So the number of moles 100 into 0.05. So 5 millimole of this compound is given. So number of, according to the stoichiometry is 1. This reaction is balanced already. So the stoichiometry of this complex compound is 1 and there is a number of moles of the AgCl is going to get formed. So this is the present into the 1:1 ratio. So the number of millimoles of AgCl will also be equal to the 5 millimole. So 5 into 10 to the power minus 3, we have to write it down x into, so x into 10 to the power minus 3. So what we can write down, the x is equals to 5. So 5 will be the correct option. This question is from the liquid solution from the osmosis. Osmosis, this is the liquid solution. So osmosis, in osmosis there is a flow of solvent. There is a flow of solvent. So in which condition the solvent is greater? So in this case the solvent amount is greater, so it will flow from the first container to the second container through the semi-permeable membrane. So the from vessel 2 to vessel 3, this is vessel 1, it is going to get incorrect. The osmotic pressure of the 2 is greater than that of the vessel 1. Pi is equals to the CRT. This is the osmotic pressure formula from the liquid solution. This is the colligative property. So concentration, if you are going to find out the concentration, the molar mass of C6H12O6, that is glucose, their molar mass is 180. So what we can do here, so molar mass is 180. So number of moles, if you are going to find out the number of moles of the first container, 1 by 10, and in this case the number of moles will be how many? The 20 upon 180. So this is 1 upon 9. So if you are going to find out the concentration, 1 by 10 upon 100 upon 1000. So this will come equal to 1. And in this case how much will come? In this case the 1 upon 9 and there is a 40 into 1000. So this calculation 25 upon 9. So their concentration will come more. So this says the osmotic pressure of this one is greater for the pi of 2 is greater than the pi of 1. So this is the true statement. So which can be the correct one? So the osmotic pressure of the vessel, and there is a D option. There is a D option also. It is not mentioned because what we can say, the first statement is incorrect and the second statement will be the correct one. So the D will be the correct option. Okay. What happens? In this case, what we can do? The concentration of AXBY is C molar and its dissociation constant is K. Find the degree of dissociation of alpha. Find the degree of dissociation alpha of AX and BY. So what we can say now, there is AXBY it is going to get dissociate and this is the solid one. So X Y plus and this is Y times B minus X. So there is a concentration C, this is 0 0 initially, this is the aqueous condition, this is also aqueous. So what we can do, C 1 minus alpha and there is C alpha and there is a C alpha, sorry X C alpha and there is a Y C alpha. So what we can write down, the KSP is equals to A to the power Y plus to the power X B minus X to the power Y. So what we can do here, KSP is equals to XC alpha X YC alpha Y. So what we can write down, what we need to identify the degree of dissociation. So X to the power X, Y to the power Y, C to the power, and there is also like what we need to do, the like what we need to do, Ax By to the power 1. So what we can do now, and here C times 1 minus alpha. So 1 minus alpha is going to get equal to 1 and there is X plus Y into alpha to the power X plus Y divided upon the C. So alpha to be equal to K X to the power X, Y to the power Y and C to the power X plus Y minus 1 and to the power 1 by X plus 1 upon X plus Y. So the correct option will be here, in this case will be the Agra. The second one is, this one is the from the D block element. So chromium is there. What is the atomic number of the chromium is 24. Their electronic configuration is, the outermost orbit electronic configuration is 4s1 the 3d5, and for manganese is the 25 and their electronic configuration is 4s2 and the 3d5. So on loss of one electron there is 4s0 and there is 3d5. On loss of one electron there is a formation of 4s1 and the 3d5. There is a further loss of electron and there is a formation of the 4s0 and the 3d4. There is a further loss of electron, there is a 4s0 and the 3d5. So in the case of this one, we are going to find out, this is the first ionization energy, this is the second ionization energy, this is the first ionization energy and this is the second ionization energy. So this, in this case what we'll see, from this is the half filled orbit electronic configuration is there. So from when it will go from the first ionization energy to the second ionization energy, this will be greater. So chromium ionization energy of the 2 will be greater than the ionization energy of the manganese 2. So the correct option will be the Bombay. We will move to the next question. This is the question is from the equilibrium. So what we can do now, the C4H8 is going to 2C2H4 and both are the gaseous condition. So homogeneous reaction is there. So what we'll do, we can consider the initial pressure is P0 and this is the 0. And there is the degree of dissociation is 0.75. So P0 minus P0 0.75 and there is a formation of 2 times 0.75 P0 into 2 and the P total at equilibrium is equals to the P0 minus 0.75 P naught, and there is plus 2 into 0.75 into P naught. So from here 1.75 P naught, and this is given 1. So what we can write down, the P naught will be equal to 1.75. What we can do from here, the P naught is this one. So Kp for this reaction will be the C2H4, partial pressure of the C2H4 to the power 2, and the partial pressure of the C4H8. So now what we can do, the P naught we got it this much. So partial pressure, the P naught is to this much. So what we can do, 2 into, what we can do, the partial pressure of this one. So 1.5 P naught we got it, and there is 1.175 square, and there will be the partial pressure of this one. So 1.175, this we can do, just a minute, wait. We can do here the 0.25 P naught, so 1.175. So from here we will calculate the Kp will come the 5.41, and there is a formula, the delta G naught is equals to minus RT upon minus RT ln Q, or the ln Kp, because this is the equilibrium pressure. So from here we need to calculate the delta G naught. So here we will calculate the delta G naught will come, the delta G naught will come, the 4.04 will come, but they are asking the nearest integer, so we can write down the answer 4. Okay, next question will move. 1 mole of alkane for the complete combustion required the 8 mole of the oxygen. When it is brominated, it gives only one product. How many primary carbon are present in alkane X? So 1 mole of alkane, the general formula of alkane is CnH2n plus 2, and this is going to get react, and how many number of moles, 3n plus 1 by 2 O2, and there is a formation of NCO2 plus n plus 1 H2. According to the question, the 3n plus 1 by 2 is equals to 8. So from here n will get the 5. So from the C5H12 alkane is there, and but the second information is given, the brominated, it gives only one product. So what we can write down, this is the only possibility, this one. So how many number of primary carbon, will be equal to 4. So the X will come the equal to 4. The next question, this is the electrochemistry question. So this reaction is given at the cathode, because this is the reduction is there, and in this case the oxidation is there. So this reaction is taking place at anode. When you will add these two reactions, and they are asking to find out the incorrect one. So this is the correct one. When we are going to add these two reactions, we will get this reaction. So this is the correct one. This is the true. The charge into the cell potential, that is the delta G naught, is equals to the minus NF E naught cell, that is this is the charge, and this is the potential difference. So this is the correct one. From the next equation, E is equals to the E naught minus RT upon NF ln Q is there. So when we are going to the E naught upon RT, then what we can write down here, 1 upon NF minus and the ln Q. So this graph is not coming like this way. This graph is passing through the origin. So this is the incorrect one. This is the third option. This is the incorrect one. So the correct option will be the third one. In the overall cell reaction, the number of electrons are not present, as electrons liberated in anode are consumed at the cathode. This is the true statement. This is the true statement, and this is the true statement, and this is the false statement. The next one is if the Bohr's radius of hydrogen atom is 52.9 picometer, and the radius of hydrogen like a species is 70.53 picometer, then chemical species and the orbit number are respectively. From the Bohr's theory, there is the Rn is equals to R naught n square upon z. So here what we can write down, 52.9 n square upon z, and that is 70.53. So n square z will come 1.33, approximately the 4 by 3 we can write it down. So here the z will come equal to 3 and n will be equal to 2. So what we can write down here, the correct option. This is a very easy question. Yeah, this is the question of the titration. This question is like 0.2 molar 500 ml of the permanganate solution is treated with the 1.5 molar 500 ml Ki solution in basic medium. The liberated I2 require the X molar and the hypo solution. So permanganate ion in basic medium will go to the MnO2. So we need to balance this reaction in the first acidic medium, then we can balance the basic medium as well. So the 4H plus ion is there, and the how many electrons to be added? 3 electrons. We can convert this reaction into the basic medium by addition of the 4 OH minus ion and the 4 OH minus ion. So the overall reaction will be the MnO4 minus and plus 2H2 is there. So 2H2 is ultimately and the 3 electron, and it is going to form the MnO2 plus 4OH minus. So the number of the all atoms and the all ions are balanced. The charges are also balanced. The 4 electrons are there. So the number of 0.2 into 500 and their valency factor is 3. So the number of equivalent is equals to the 300 equivalent is there, and their Ki is I minus is going to I2. So there is the 2 electrons to be added here. So in this case 1.5 into 500 into 2. So that will go 1500 ml. So in this case the number of equivalent of the MnO4 minus is more. So the number of moles, number of equivalent of I2 is going to get formed is equals to the 300 equivalent. 300 equivalent means number of moles of I2 is going to get formed equal to 150, because valency factor is 2. So the number of moles will be equal to the half. So what we can write down, and the hyposolution reaction is what we can write down. The hyposolution reaction is what we can write down. I2 plus Na2 H2O3 is there, and there is a formation of NaI plus Na2 H4O3 O8, sorry, O6. So this reaction, the 2 moles is there. So what we can write down, 2 moles of hyposolution required 1 mole. So 1 mole of this one required 1 by 2 mole, and there is the number of the 2 moles required. So 150 required 1 by 2 into 150 is equals to 300x. So can be correct? Yeah. No, just wait. I wrote ulta. There is 200 moles. So 300 into x. So 1 mole by 1 by 2. So 300x will be equal to 1 by 2 into 300x. And this will be 1 by 2 into 300x will be equal to 150. So x will be 1. So here molarity will be equal to 1.
Now let's look at some questions from mathematics.
So in this problem, they are asking that the function is given, like fx is a rational function we have, quadratic by quadratic function is there, and if we observe in this quadratic by quadratic function, they are asking us to categorize this function as 1 1 many 1 onto into. So it is a very regular thing. So if we look at the numerator part, the 2x square plus x plus 2, if we check its discriminant, we can say that discriminant of this is negative. So and a is positive. So we can say that the numerator and denominator both have discriminant less than 0 and their leading coefficient positive. So this numerator is also positive, denominator is also positive. So from here we cannot say anything directly. So what we can do to find this is into function or onto function, that we should write its y equal to 2x square plus x plus 2 whole divided by 3x square plus 2x plus 3. So basically what we are trying to do, we are just trying to find its range. If its range is equal to the codomain that is given R, then we can say this is a onto function. And if that range is subset of the codomain, not equal to, basically range is not equal to codomain, then we will say that this is a into function. So for this, if we cross multiply 3x square into y plus 2xy plus 3y minus, we can write 2x square minus x minus 2 equal to 0, we can make a quadratic in x. So taking x square common, we are getting 3y minus 2, then we are taking x common, so we are getting 2y from here, and from here minus 1, and the remaining terms we have this 3y minus 2, we can consider them as, so basically we are writing a quadratic in x. For x to be real, we are saying that d of this should be greater than equal to 0, so that we can write 2y minus 1 whole square minus 4 times of 3y minus 2 into 3y minus 2 for AC. So this is whole square should be greater than equal to 0. This we can write as 2y minus 1 whole square minus 2 times of 3y minus 2 whole square, we can say. So here we can write a square minus b square, that is nothing but 2y minus 1 minus of, we can write 6y, this minus if we choose a minus b, and this we can write a square minus b square, basically we are writing. So this is a minus of b, that is minus, so minus of 6y and minus 4, so let's say plus 4, this we are getting, and 2y minus 1 plus of 6y and minus of 4. Okay, so this what we are getting from here, we are getting minus of 4y plus 3 multiplied with the 8y minus 5 greater than equal to 0. Here if we multiply with one minus sign, so we can write this as 4y minus 3 into 8y minus 5. If we are multiplying with minus sign, definitely we need to alter the sign of inequality, so that is less than equal to 0. So from here we can say that y value we are getting is from 5 by 8 to 3 by 4. 3 by 4 is 0.75, that is greater than 5 by 8. So the range what we are getting, that range is not equal to codomain, so definitely that function is many one, function is into, right? Now we have to check for, so into, either we are going to get this option and this option, correct? So now we have to check for 1 or many one. So 1 and many one, how we can check? So one method is that we can simply differentiate this, and we can find that this function is monotonically increasing or decreasing, or otherwise if from here we can say that fx is, anyway it is always we are getting positive, so there is, even there was no need to solve for this range also, because this whole thing is positive, so it is not going to get the range r. So this also we can skip, but okay, after finding range we can surely say that this is a into function. Now for 1 and many one, we can think about evaluating its limit for x tending to plus minus infinity. So that plus minus infinity, if we divide numerator and denominator by x square, so we are going to get the value of this limit is 2 by 3. So that roughly graph we can say that when x is tending to minus infinity, it is 2 by 3. When x is tending to 2 by 3 is 0.66, okay, 0.6 bar, and when x is tending to plus infinity also, this is again 2 by 3. So in between that value is that range is 5 by 8 to 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 will be somewhere here. So if graph is going like this, to achieve again this value it has to come down. So obviously this is not 1 1, this has to be many one. So now we can say that our correct choice is this function is many one and into function, correct. Okay, so I can say that this problem is fairly easy and regular problem. Okay, now the next one, what they're asking is that a circle has center in the first quadrant and touches the x-axis at a distance of 3 units from the origin and cut off an intercept of 6 root 3 on y-axis. Then the length of the chord having equation x minus y equal to 1 intercepted by the circle is. So this is very regular problem again, we can say. So if we try to draw the diagram here, that circle is touching x-axis at some point, let's say 3 comma 0, and cutting y-axis like this. Okay, so this is fairly nice circle. Okay, so if it is touching here, we can say that's center of the circle, we can say is 3 comma r is radius, because this length we can say as r. So equation of the circle we can take x minus 3 whole square y minus r whole square equal to r square. X minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equal to radius square, we know. So if we write this, x square minus 6x plus 9 plus y square minus 2yr plus r square equal to r square, r square we can cancel. So x square plus y square minus 6x minus 2yr and plus 9 equal to 0. So if we compare this circle equation with x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0, another information we have that the cutoff intercept of 6 root 3 on y-axis. So intercept on y-axis we can write 2 times of root over f square. F square is nothing but r. So r square minus c value is 9, so minus 9 equal to, they gave 6 root 3. So this we can write root under r square minus 9. 6 we can cancel by 2, so that is 3. So 3 root 3, if we square both sides, we are getting r square minus 9 equal to 3 square is 9 into 327, r square equal to 36, r is radius, so value 6. So r value 6 we are getting. Now further what they are asking, so it is little lengthy but quite doable sum. So now we know that if any circle is there and this is some chord, and we know the center now, that is 3 comma 6, this length of the chord we want, and this equation they gave already, x minus y minus 1 equal to 0. So this distance is radius. If this distance is d we know, then this distance is nothing but root over r square minus d square. So this total distance will be double of this, so twice of root over r square minus d square will be our answer. To evaluate d, we know that distance d we can write is nothing but 3 minus 6 minus 1. If we apply mod, better, because this is length, divided by root 2. So d value we are getting minus 7 plus 3, that is minus 4. Mod is there, so 4 by root 2, so we can write 2 root 2. R value we know is 6, so this is 2 times of 36, 6 square, and d square will be 8, so that is 2 times of 36 minus 8 is 28. So 28 we can write 4 into 7. 4 we can take outside, so this will be 2 into 2 root 7. So we are getting value 4 root 7, which is our choice D. Fourth option is our correct choice, right? So again, little lengthy question but quite doable. Okay, now the next one we have too much information is given. An ellipse having eccentricity, okay, so e equal to 1 by root 3, Okay, then equation of the directrix is x equal to 2 root 2. So we can say that is a by e. A by e equal to 2 root 2 we have. So a equal to, we can write this, all the calculations we are doing for ellipse. So a equal to, we can write 2 root 2 into e, that is 1 by root 3. So this is nothing but 2 root 2 by root 3. That is we can say that semi uh, major axis of ellipse we know. Okay, so this piece of information is given. Then further they are saying that a hyperbola whose eccentricity is equal to the length of the semi major axis of ellipse. So EH, that H is for hyperbola, that is given, is equal to, so 2 root 2 by root 3. The same thing they are saying that hyperbola having eccentricity this. Okay, then the length of the, and its length of lateral rectum is equal to the length of the minor axis of ellipse. So we know the eccentricity of ellipse, we know the value of a in ellipse. So b of ellipse we are interested in. Okay, so for that we know that b square equal to this calculation we are doing for ellipse, because similar notation we are using here. So this is for ellipse we are doing. So b square equal to, we can write a square and ellipse, so 1 minus e square we have to write. So b square equal to a square. A square is, a value is this, so that is a square will be 8 by 3. 1 minus e square will be 1 by 3. So this is 8 by 3 into 1 minus 1 by 3 is nothing but 2 by 3. So that is 16 by 3 b square. So b square value we are getting 16 by 3. So b value we can say that is length, so 16 by 9. Okay, 16 by 9. So b value will be 4 by 3. This is for ellipse. So b e for ellipse. Okay, now what they're saying that its length of latus rectum is equal to length of minor axis of ellipse. So length of latus rectum is equal to, so twice of b square h, h is for hyperbola, divided by ah is equal to length of minor axis of ellipse. So b e is 4 by 3, so length of minor axis of ellipse will be 2 be. So that we can write 2 into 4 by 3, 2 b square h by ah. Little lengthy, but you have to have patience to solve such problems. So b square h equal to, we can write 4 by 3 times of ah. So this is one more information we have. Now further what they are asking basically, so b h is b square h, we got eccentricity of the hyperbola we know. Now we are interested to find the ah of, ah means a value of hyperbola basically, because we have to find the distance between the foci of hyperbola, that will be 2 ah. Okay, so this is the missing thing we have. So now we know that b square h equal to 1 minus e square h into a square h. Now b square h we have is 4/3 of ah equal to 1 minus e square of h. E square of h is nothing but this, so that is we can write 8 by 3, and a square of h, 1 ah we can cancel, so this is 4 by 3 equal to there is some change that we have to write here, e square h minus 1, because eccentricity of hyperbola is greater than 1. Okay, so then only both the sides should be positive. So this we can write 8 by 3 minus 1, just little correction, and AH. So this is 4 by 3 equal to, this will be 8 minus 3 by 3, that is 5 by 3 AH. So AH value, if we evaluate from here, that AH value we are getting 3 we can cancel, that is 4 by 5. So AH value we are getting 4 by 5 here, correct. Now we have to find 2AHE, so that is 2 AH is 4 by 5, EH is 2 root 2 by root 3. So this is 2 into 4 is 8, 8 into 2 is 16, 16 root 2 by 5 root 3. Which option is that? So in down there is no root, so if we multiply by root 3 up and down, so this will be 16 root 6, and 3 into root 3 3, so 15. So 16 root 6 by 15. So that is our correct choice, that is option B we have. Basically option second. So too much calculation is there, but this is very, we can say, very based on very basics of conics, but at lengthier side. Now we have next problem. In that problem they are asking very regular question, that is the shortest distance between two skew lines. I think if you have done the previous year questions of JEE Mains, so there are repeated such kind of questions are there. So if we choose one point on this line, another point on this line, we can write a vector a2 vector minus a1 vector, and if we take dot of a2 vector minus a1 vector with p cross q, p we can consider this, p vector we can write from here, q vector we can write from here, and divided by mod of magnitude of p cross q. So this is the distance. We can apply this formula and we can solve this very regular problem. So I hope that many questions are on the lengthier side, but if you have done your preparation through our volume and module, you must be able to solve all these problems. Just you have to be very patient, and you have to be very while solving you have to be very careful. That's it.
Now let's look at some questions from mathematics.
Okay, so in this problem, this line x minus y equal to 4 is given, that is intersecting this circle at some point p and q, and m is some point alpha comma beta on the circle such that mp equal to mq. Then we have to find that point m, and their coordinates they are saying that is alpha comma beta. Then we have to evaluate the value of modulus 6 alpha plus 8 beta. Okay, so basically what they are asking is, this is the circle, nice circle, and center of the circle is 4 comma minus 3, and this is some chord. Is if this chord is intersecting this circle at point p and q, so if we draw normal from here, so this will be the m point, either this point or this point will be the m point, then only it will be midpoint. Okay, so because then only mp will be equal to mq. So this is perpendicular to this given chord. So given chord is x minus y equal to 4. So y equal to, we can write y equal to x minus 4. So slope of this chord is given 1. So now we have to find the line which is perpendicular to this chord and passing through the center of the circle. So its slope will be minus 1. So a line, let's say MC or MC or M dash C, whatever. So y, and it is passing through the point y plus 3, we can write slope will be minus 1 because it is perpendicular, and x minus 4, so we can write y plus 3 equal to minus x plus 4, y plus x equal to, we can write 1. So this is the line. Now we have to find the point of intersection of this line with the given circle. So y equal to, we can write 1 minus x. This value of y we can replace in the equation of the circle. So if we write here, we can write this as x minus 4 whole square plus y. If we plug in this value 1 minus x, so 1 minus x plus 3 whole square equal to 9, which is x minus 4 whole square, and here we are getting 4 minus x whole square, which is the same thing, a minus b whole square equal to b minus a whole square. So this we can write 2 times of x minus 4 whole square equal to 9. So x minus 4 whole square equal to 9 by 2 we have. So x minus 4 equal to, we have value 3 by root 2, or x minus 4 equal to, we have value minus 3 by root 2. So x equal to, we can write 4 plus 3 by root 2, and another value we can write 4 minus 3 by root 2. We know x value, so we know y value also. From here we can write y equal to 1 minus x, 4 plus 3 by root 2, and another we can write 1 minus 4 minus 3 by root 2. So that alpha value we know, beta value also we know, so we can plug in these values here. Ultimately we have to find 6 times of alpha plus 8 times of beta. So if we plug in these values alpha beta here, then we can evaluate this very easily. If we put all these values, then we will get the answer 3 root 2. That we can solve easily. So I can say that this is fairly simple problem they have asked. Okay, now moving to the next problem we have is they're asking sum of all possible solution of this equation. So cos 3 theta formula we all know, 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta, then 2 times of cos 2 theta. We can again write that as 2 of cos square theta minus 1 equal to minus 2. Let's say cos theta equal to alpha, so we are getting 4 alpha cube minus 3 alpha plus 4 times of cos square alpha minus 2 we can cancel, and alpha we can choose common, so this we are getting 2 alpha square, and this not, this we should write 4 alpha square. Okay, because we are saying cos theta is alpha. So this is 2 alpha square plus this is 4 alpha and minus 3 equal to 0. So either we have alpha equal to 0, and this 2 alpha square plus 6 alpha minus 2 alpha minus 3 equal to 0. 2 alpha if we choose common, this we are getting 2 alpha plus 3 minus 1 we can take common from here, so we are getting 2 alpha minus 3, not minus 3 plus 3. So alpha equal to, we are getting minus 3 by 2, which is not possible because alpha is cos theta and cos theta is bounded between minus 1 to 1. So from here we are getting alpha equal to 1 by 2. Now they are asking the sum of all the solution in 0 to 2 pi. So alpha 0 means cos theta 0, cos theta 0 for theta equal to pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. So this sum is nothing but 2 pi, and alpha equal to 1 by 2, so that is for pi by 3, and 2 pi minus pi by 3, sum of these two will be equal to 2 pi, but total sum is 2 pi, 2 pi is 4 pi, so our answer is 4 pi. Hindi meaning is very different, 4 pi. Okay, so answer is 4 pi we have. So this is our answer. Now next we have a question which is based on the limits, and then after that they are asking to find some condition that location of root is also involved, but here unknowns we can see that r value we don't know, p value also we don't know, so they are mixing basically two sums. Okay, So limit x is tending to 2, that limit exists and it is equal to a finite number, that is 5. So tan of x minus 2 divided by x minus 2, whenever we plug in this value, when limit is x is tending to 2, this value we can replace with 1. And this is in the product form, so we can use this. Then the remaining part we have r x square p minus 2x minus 2p, and this divided by x minus 2. Okay, so this is equal to 5. So if this is tending to 0, for finite limit this also tends to 0. So we can write, if we are putting x value 2, this is 4r, and this will be 2p minus 4 minus 2p. So this has to be 0. Minus 2p plus 2p we can cancel. 4r minus 4 equal to 0. So r value we are getting 1. If r value 1, then we can write x square plus p minus 2 into x minus 2p divided by x minus 2. Again, if this is 0 by 0 form, when x is tending to 2, we can apply L'Hopital. So if we apply L'Hospital or L'Hopital, so we can write 2x plus p minus 2 only, and down we will be getting only 1. When x is tending to 2, this is 4 plus p minus 2 equal to, what we are getting, this is p minus, okay, this is p minus 2 and this is 4. So p value from here, this should be equal to 5. They gave now this limit is equal to 5. So p plus 2 equal to 5. So p value we are getting 3. So ultimately that p value we are getting 3, and r value we got 1. So now the quadratic we have r x square minus px plus q equal to 0, r value 1, p value 3. So this is the quadratic, q is unknown. Then they are asking if both the roots of this equation, this quadratic lies in the interval 0 to 2, in the interval 0 to 2, then we have to apply all the condition of location of roots. So minus b by 2a, that is vertex, should be in between 0 to 2. Minus b will be 3. 3 by 2 is in between 0 to 2, which is correct only. So this is true always. So another case, another condition we have, f of 0 should be greater than 0. So q should be greater than 0. Another condition we have, f of 2 should be greater than 0. So we are getting 4 minus 6 plus q should be greater than 0. So from here we are getting q value is greater than 2. Another condition, this q greater than 0. And most important condition we can say, its discriminant should be greater than or equal to 0. So if we calculate d greater than equal to 0, what we are getting? So we are getting b square, that is 9 minus 4q should be greater than equal to 0. So q we can write is nothing but less than equal to 9 by 4. We have to take intersection of all these conditions. This is true for all q. So after taking intersection of all these conditions, that q values finally we are getting belongs to 2 to 9 by 4 closed. So beta value we have 9 by 4, alpha value we have 2, then their difference we have to evaluate, 9 by 4 minus 2 whole square, that is nothing but 9 minus 8 by 4, that is 1 by 4 whole square, so 1 by 16. This value we have to multiply with 16 again, so 16 into 1 by 16 is nothing but we are getting value 1. So this also we can say lengthier side, but simple problem. So I think that you all have done this.
Let us now explore a few questions from physics.
Hello everyone, let's look at the next question. So here it's given that there are two particles of same mass and they have some initial velocities 4j cap and 6i cap, and they have their accelerations. The first one has 0 acceleration, whereas the second one 6i plus 6j, and both being constants. And the question is about the trajectory of center of mass. So let's first calculate the initial velocity of center of mass. So the velocity of center of mass, you can use m1 v1 plus m2 v2 by m1 plus m2 with the vectors. So the masses are equal here, so m into the first one has a velocity of 4j, and the second one has velocity of 6i by 2m. So this gives us 3i plus 2j meter per second. Whereas if you see the acceleration is given 6i plus 6j for one of them, the other one is 0. So the acceleration, if you calculate for a center of mass, that will come out to be 3i plus 3j meter per second square. So the acceleration is making 45 degree with x-axis, whereas the velocity of center of mass is making an angle lesser than 45, as you can see the components there, 3i and 2j. So these two are not parallel. So if they're not parallel and if the acceleration is constant, obviously the path is parabolic. So that would be the third option there. Let's move on to the next one. So a solid sphere of some mass is given and a hollow sphere, both being pulled by a tangential force at the top. We need to find the ratio of the accelerations. So what we do is we take the free body diagram. So there is a force F at the top, and this body is rolling without slipping. So there is friction at the bottom as well, which is static. So the net force is F plus the static friction, that's equal to mass into acceleration of the center of mass. And these two produce torques also, which are opposite to each other. So the net torque would be F minus the static friction into the radius, that's equal to I alpha. So this can be written as F minus Fs equal to I ACM by R square. So solving these two equations, this is the first one and this is the second one. So if we solve these two equations, we get it to be 2F is equal to M ACM plus I ACM by R square. So acceleration of center of mass comes out to be 2F by M plus I by R square. So this can be used here. The moment of inertia for a solid sphere is 2 by 5 mr square, and for hollow it's 2 by 3 mr square. So those can be replaced here, and the values of mass is also given. So once you replace those values, the answer comes out to be 5 by 21. So this can also be done by taking torque about the instantaneous axis of rotation. So if you take the torque about instantaneous axis of rotation, the torque would be F into 2r. Let me just erase this. The torque would be F into 2r is equal to I alpha, where I is the moment of inertia about the instantaneous axis. So about center of mass for the solid sphere, it is 2 by 5 mr square. Here the mass is 5m plus 5 mr square using the parallel axis theorem into alpha. And this alpha can again be written as center of mass acceleration by the radius. So you write similar equation for the hollow sphere as well, and you can divide these two to get the acceleration. Let's move on to the next one. So here two different gases, they are mixed in a container. One is monoatomic, the other is diatomic, and we're supposed to find the equilibrium temperature after these two are mixed. So here the internal energy, it remains the same as initial. So we'll first write the internal energy for the first one, for the monoatomic. So the formula for internal energy is F by 2 nRT. So this we can use. So for the first one, it's monoatomic, so the number of degrees of freedom is 3. So 3 by 2, number of moles is given 2 R, and the temperature is T. And for the second gas, it is given as diatomic, so the degrees of freedom, it would be 5 unless it's specified that it's at high temperature. So 5 by 2, number of moles is 6 and the temperature is 2T. So these two are mixed. So finally, let's suppose that the equilibrium temperature is some T dash. So we'll write the final internal energy. So for the first one again, 3 by 2, number of moles is 2 r T dash, and for the second one, 5 by 2, number of moles is 6 r T dash. So solving for T dash gives us I think 11 by 6 T, which is the fourth option. Let's move on to the next one. So the time taken to reach the bottom of the inclined plane can be calculated by using the equation half a t square equal to L. So T comes out to be 2L by A under the root. So since the length is same in both the cases, so you can say that time taken to reach the bottom is proportional to 1 by root A. So we'll make use of that. So with friction, the time taken is 2T, and so this without friction it is taken T, so this will be equal to, so without friction the acceleration is just g sine theta along the plane. With friction it is g sine theta minus mu g cos theta. Now you can simplify this, replace theta as 45 degree, and mu comes out to be 1 by 2. Let's move on to the next one. There is a body, some spherical charged body at potential of 100 volt, and its capacitance is 100 microfarad. Now it is brought in contact with another one which is identical to it. So what happens here is, once these two are brought in contact, the charge will be shared, and so it will be shared equally here, particularly because the capacitance is same for both of them, and the voltage or the potential will also be same for both of them. So what would be the loss in energy? So what we do is we'll calculate the difference of the energy stored initially and finally. So the final potential energy, if you want to calculate, you can use half CV square formula. Since these two are connected, the capacitance becomes 2C here, and the final voltage becomes half of initial minus the initial value is just for one of them, which is half CV square. So this gives us minus CV square by 4, minus sign because the energy stored has reduced, so the change in the energy would be negative. So we can calculate the lost values, putting a mod here to get the lost value. So 1 by 4 C is given 100 microfarad, and the voltage is also given 100 volts. So solving this gives us 250 millijoules. Let's see the next one. Propagation vector k bar for some electromagnetic wave, and the electric field is E bar. Angular frequency is given as omega, and we are supposed to find the relation between E bar, K bar and B bar. So we know the equation, the electric field is C times the magnetic field. So you can write this as omega by K. So B comes out to be K E by omega. This would be the magnitude of it. Now the direction, we know the propagation, electric and magnetic fields are all mutually perpendicular, so one would be cross product of the other two. So you can write this as K cross E by omega. Cross product of propagation and electric field, K cross E, gives you the direction for magnetic field. So the option would be the third one. And here we're supposed to calculate the dimensional formula for each of these 4 different constants. So let's start with the first one, the Planck's constant. So we can use the equation energy equal to h nu. This is the energy of a photon. So the dimensional formula for Planck's constant would be, for energy it is ml square t power minus 2 by the frequency is 1 by t, so t power minus 1 here, so we get it as ml square t power minus 1. So we'll get that to be the second one, so A maps to the second one. Now let's see the gravitational constant. So for this you can use the force between 2 point masses G m1 m2 by r square or gm square by r square. So the dimensional formula for G would be, for force it is ml t power minus 2, and r square is L square, and there is mass squared here. So m power minus 1, L power 3, and t power minus 2. So that gives us the fourth one. So B is mapped to 4. Now for calculating the dimensional formula for Stephen's constant, you can use the power radiated. The power radiated by a black body would be sigma A temperature power 4. So dimensional formula for sigma would be that of power, it is ml square t power minus 3, by area it is L square, and temperature K power 4. So we get this as m L power 0 t power minus 3 K power minus 4. So this will give us the first option, so C to 1. So the last one, for Boltzmann constant, we can use the equipartition theorem, which says the energy of a molecule per degree of freedom, it is half kT. So this is energy. So dimensional formula for the Boltzmann constant would be, for energy it is ml square t power minus 2, by, for temperature it is K. So we get it as m L power 2 t power minus 2 and K power minus 1. Thank you.
And now let's tackle some chemistry questions.
Hello everyone, good evening for 6th of April evening session. We are ready with some of the organic questions, or I should say some of the chemistry questions. So here we are starting with one of the inorganic question, which is extremely simple from your chemical bonding chapter. It asks, highest XO bond order is, here X is the central atom which is written in the question. So what is the highest XO bond order in these? Let us check. If we go for options, F2O. F2O is like this, so bond order will be 1. Moving to option B, carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is having structure like this, bond order will be treated as 3. H2O, OH, bond order 1 again, and CO2 is linear like this, bond order will be taken 2. So the highest bond order is of option number B, carbon monoxide. Moving to next, in a period, ionization energy of the extreme left. So which are these extreme left compounds? These are S block, or I can say 1A elements, first group elements, alkali elements, alkali, sodium, potassium, lithium, that group, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium, that group we are talking of. Okay, so extreme left and electronegativity of extreme right element is respectively. What is extreme right? And it is given, don't consider noble gases. So now the extreme right for us is halogens. So ionization energy of first group element is least, they are easiest to ionize. So in the sequence we will search a combination of lowest. Electronegativity of halogens is maximum in their respective periods, so highest is what we will be looking for next choice. So lowest and highest, it seems A is the correct option. Okay, moving to next question, how many products are also formed by Gabriel Thalamide synthesis? So it should be formed by, first we have to complete this reactions and see what are the products formed. Then we have to check that these products can be prepared by Gabriel Thalamide synthesis also or not. So let us start first one. Now all reactions are Gabriel Thalamide, and what happens in Gabriel Thalamide? We will eliminate this. It is a step down reaction. This will be gone and rest it will become amines. Though there are some which will not give this reaction. Why? Because they are not primary amides. right? So now we have to be careful. Okay, it is a step down reaction. We will have primary amine form, but which will give Gabriel thalamide, that also we have to check. So first let us form product with NaOBr. Yes, it is a primary amide, and with step down, this is what is formed. Can we prepare this by Gabriel thalamide? Yes, let me remind what was Gabriel thalamide reaction. It was potassium thalamide reacting with some alkyl halide, and then you will get this structure N-alkyl thalamide. You hydrolyze it and you form COH plus RNH2. So we get primary amines. 1-degree amines are formed by this method, and here this alkyl should be 1 degree or 2 degree max. Okay, it cannot be something like aryl, which is not suitable for SN2 reaction. So by that logic, this first one is part of our answer, because the alkyl halide we can use for this is PHCH2X, good for SN2. Coming to B, the amine formed is this. Now for this, the alkyl halide to be used is this, which is not suitable for SN2 or substitution reaction. So this cannot be formed by Gabriel thalamide. Okay, so B is gone from the list. Coming to C, C also cannot be included in the list because it is a secondary amide. It will not give first the Gabriel thalamide reaction that is being asked here. Okay, so this is not the choice. Coming to D, D is having CH3NH2. For this, the alkyl halide will be CH3X, good for SN2. This will be in our list. E, again same as C, is a 2-degree amide and it cannot be considered for Gabriel thalamide. We have to forget E. Coming to F, F will have this amine formed. So the alkyl halide used will be like this. This is possible preparation. So the total answer after discussing all we got is 3 different reaction products in this given reaction set can be prepared from Gabriel thalamide reaction. Absolutely clear. Moving to next question. Next question is a little lengthier question. Let's go slowly. C4H9Br. Okay, no position of bromine is mentioned, so be it 1 degree or 2 degree. Okay, reacted with alcoholic QH, so it is going for elimination. Okay, so whether it is 1 degree or it is 2 degree, right, as nothing seems to be that appropriate, it could have been this type of 3 degree also. Let us take all possible cases. So with these two, an open chain, first I am solving. So with alcoholic KOH, I will get this. With bromine and NaOH, sorry, bromine and CCl4, I will get bromine and bromine. With elimination, so this is my B, elimination product for this is alkyne, and then with HgSO4, so this is C. With HgSO4, H2SO4, I will have this ketone to be formed as D. Okay, I'm covering all possible cases. So let us move to this one. If I take this, then alkene formed will be the more hyperconjugative ZZF, and thus 2-butene is to be taken. Bromine CCl4 will give us bromine and bromine. Okay, then again with NNH2, I will form this. Rather, it is a linear structure. CH3, C triple bond, CCH3. Again, if I go for HgSO4, H2SO4, no change on question, as it is giving us same 2-butanone as D. No problem. Let us continue with these two. Coming to third one, if I take this, alkene formed is this, then I go for bromine addition. Okay. Now with HgSO4, with alcoholic KOH and NH2, it will form something like this, right? And if you take it any further, like it will not be able to form, excuse me, it will not be able to form this type of alkyne because bond is becoming more, right? It is not possible here. There is no hydrogen this side. It cannot form any alkyne. There is no reaction with NNH2 that way. So we can't take this in our answer. We have to continue with open chain. Now, which of the following tests give confirmation of solution group in D? Okay, of functional group in D. So D is a methyl ketone. Now, Felling, Benedict, these are all tests of aldehydes. Lucas, test of alcohols. So these two cannot be the choice because it is neither an aldehyde nor alcohol. So now we have to go for haloform. And yes, methyl ketones 2-butanone gives positive haloform test. So answer for this question is A. Okay, good question it is. Coming to GOC, basic bond length question, compare the bond length X, Y and Z in the following compounds. Now see, very clear concept is used here. This is a double bond, and when it participates in resonance, it acquires single bond character. This is a single bond, and when it goes for resonance, it acquires double bond character. And this is a pure single bond. So as far as the bond length is concerned, smaller the bond order, more is the bond length. It is an inverse relationship between bond order and bond length. So Z will be the longest of all. And certainly these X and Y cannot be equal. That is for sure. So these two are not possible answers. This is also not equal. This will not be an answer anyhow. But Z is going to be longest, that because being single bond. Coming to X and Y, X is going to be smallest because it has more double bond nature than single bond. So it is Z, Y, X. Answer is C. Answer for this question will be C. Okay. Coming to this next question, CH3, CH2, COH. Again, it is a multi-step reaction. Let's see what the next reaction they are asking. CH3, CH2, COOH, when treated with ammonia and heat, it will form amide, CONH2. Then they are treating it with NaOH plus Br2. See how many times Hoffman bromide is included in this particular paper. And otherwise also in January shift also we had almost every paper had this Hoffman bromide. Now coming to HNO2, it will form ethanol, CH3CH2OH. Then this is the tricky step. Some people may get confused at this stage that what ethanol and phenyl diazonium chloride will do. Now go back to the diazonium chloride chapter. To convert diazonium chloride to benzene, you have two choices. Either you can go for H3PO2 or you can go for ethanol. So reduction we can say, displacement we can say, and this benzene diazonium chloride will be converted to benzene and ethanol will be converted to acetaldehyde. Okay, now we are not aware of what the exact further question was asked. So I have covered all possible things. It is a possibility that it was in an integer and they could have asked about these products, or it is a possibility it was in an objective form and you would have had all these as an option. Okay, so this is the concept we are discussing. In whatever form it was presented, this last step was tricky, that we have solved for you. Next question is, which of the following can be obtained from thalamide? Again, Gabriel thalamide reaction, and also give carbylamine. Now, carbylamine is a confirmatory test for primary amines. What is the test? Let us write that particular test. It is RNH2 reacts with chloroform plus KOH, and we get RNC. Okay, isocyanide, which are the foul smelling compounds. So it is a test of primary amines, and it says it should give carbylamine reaction. So D cannot be an answer anyhow, because it is an amide that is not in the list. Now, just few minutes back, I told you that for thalamide, we want the alkyl halide to be the 1 degree or 2 degree. So let us check. For this, we need alkyl halide of aryl halide nature. Aromatic can't be prepared by thalamide. Does it give carbylamine? Yes. But we have to satisfy two conditions. A cannot be the answer. Moving to B. Okay. B, for that we need this halogen. Yes. Will it give carbylamine? This seems to be the right answer. C, again the same problem connected to the aromatic ring. It cannot give. So answer is B. Okay. Moving to next question. Ethers. After a long time we are having an ether question. Consider the statements in respect of following reaction and choose the correct option. Now, the ether given is aryl benzyl ether, that is PHOCH2PH. So, yes, if we are given HI 1 mole, first we will do is protonation of this ether. First step is fine. Now, it can go for SN1 or SN2 both, but when there is a possibility of stable carbocation formation, it prefers SN1 reaction. And so is here. See, benzyl carbocation, PHCH2 plus resonating carbocation. So definitely it is going for SN1 pathway. If SN1, then this benzyl cation will be attacked by I minus. So we will have PHCH2I. So final products are PHCH2I and phenol. Right? First, let's check the statement number 1. Cleavage of oxygen and CH2 bond is taking place. Let us see what in our mechanism we did. Yes, we did oxygen and CH2 bond. If we see our entire mechanism, certainly it is fission of oxygen and CH2 bond. So statement number 1 is true. Okay. Statement number 2, iodobenzene and benzyl alcohol is formed. Now that seems to be false, but still let us confirm. Let's not mark the answer in hurry-burry. So iodobenzene. What is iodobenzene? PHI, okay, and benzyl alcohol, so PHCH2OH. Did we form this? No, we form PHCH2I and phenol. So these are not formed. False is appropriate conclusion. Look into the option. We have to mark the option ultimately. So first statement is correct. So this is correct. And second statement is incorrect. And second statement is incorrect. So answer you need to mark in your response sheets should be A by this order of available options. Okay, moving to next. Good quality question. At least it has some different type of reactions involved in a one set. So what does it says? Propyne reacts with HgSO4, H2SO4. It is called Kuch-Rove reaction. So what will be the structure of X? X is acetone. Okay, Kuch-Rove reaction, or you can say it is simple Marconic of addition of water followed by tautomerization on alkynes, right? Y is formed by ethane nitrile reaction with MEMGBr followed by hydrolysis. Very important reaction given in NCERT for preparation of ketones using organometallic. But just see CH3C triple bond N when reacts with MEMGBr, GBr and then hydrolysis, we have ketone formed again. And oh, it is the same ketone. So we are having acetone again. Now X and Y, if our acetone, this is also acetone, which is this reaction when it is treated with baryta water or barium hydroxide. It is famous reaction aldol condensation. Okay, so let us take what is aldol condensation. So CH3C CH3 double bond O plus C. I'm writing this way just to make the structure easier to understand, okay? And then we treat it with BaOH twice and heat. Okay, so if we are treating it with barium hydroxide and heat, what will happen? H2O will be gone and CH3C CH3 double bond CH COCH3 is there. Okay, this is what is formed. So have they asked IUPAC? Doesn't seem so. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 methyl. Where is the option? 4 methyl. Total is spent 3 in, 2 on. Correct. So if I go by IUPAC, if they are looking for IUPAC, then answer is 2. If they are looking for common names, then I think answer will be 1. And as it is a memory based question, probability is that maybe either of these two might not be present in your actual response sheet, in your actual paper, and it will be in a correct format. Okay, when 2 moles of acetone combine in presence of HCl or in baryta water or in NaOH, then mesitile oxide is formed. When 3 combines, then furan is formed. And when 3 acetone combine in presence of concentrated H2SO4, then mesitylene is formed. So it depends on your available choices whether these 1 and 2 both are present in your paper or not. Even if both are present, then what language they are asking question in, like give the IUPAC name of the product, then answer is only 2. Give the common name of the product, then answer is only 1. So I hope all of those who have appeared in this particular paper, please write in comment what actually was asked in this question. Concept we have discussed. I have discussed all possibility of the question, and anyhow, in whichever way it was asked, now you can conclude what the correct answer could be. Okay, so let's move to the other subjects.
Let us now explore a few questions from physics.
Hello everyone. So here we are for the second shift of today's paper of JEE Mains. Let's have a look at these questions. So graph is between weight of block and extension in wire, right? Area of cross section of wire is given and length is given. Find its Young's modulus. All right. So let's have a look at this. The formula of Young's modulus, as we know, is y equal to f by a L by delta L. Now area is given, length is also given, and delta L by F. F is actually the weight. So delta L by F can be found from the graph given. So look at the graph. In the graph, if I talk about delta L by W, it will be the slope. And the slope is delta L is in millimeter. So I will write down 10 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by the weight. Weight is 10 for it. So this becomes overall 10 to power minus 3. Now if I substitute this value in the formula, and it becomes force by area, that is force is not known but area we know it, divided by 10 to power minus 5, length is 1, and F by delta L is actually delta reciprocal of delta L by W. So it will become 10 to the power minus 3 in the denominator. So overall it becomes 10 to the power 8. In SI units, Newton per meter square. So we'll go with option number 2 here. I hope it's clear. Next one, in diagram shown below, hole is made in completely filled cylinder 50 centimeter below the top. Find range covered by leaking water on the ground. So if I talk about the velocity of efflux, it will be coming from the Torricelli law, which is root 2 g the depth. The depth here is 50 centimeter. That means 0.5 meter. Okay, and then it is thrown horizontally. So the time of flight will be root 2 h by the h is height, right? So this level from here to here is h. Okay, so root 2 h. What is h? 1 plus 0.5. That becomes 1.5 divided by g. And then the range, particular range r. This range r will be velocity of efflux into time, and it becomes root 2 g 0.5 multiplied by 3 by g. Okay, and therefore this comes as 2 into 0.5 is 1, so it becomes root 3 meter. So the option number 1 is absolutely correct. Next one, magnetic field at middle of two parallel wires carrying current of 20 ampere and 10 ampere in opposite direction. So if I talk about the left wire which is carrying 20 ampere, it will create the field into the board at this point. And then if I talk about 10 ampere current, if I apply the right hand screw rule, it will create the field also into the screen. So both will get added up. So when I write down, it is exactly at the middle point. So this distance is 4 centimeter and this distance also 4 centimeter. So when I write down the magnetic field both ones, I will write down mu naught into I1, and this is I2, mu naught into I1 upon 2 pi this r, which is already given 4 centimeter, plus mu naught I2 by 2 pi r, which is already given as 4 centimeter. Okay, now just substitute the numbers. So mu naught by 2 pi r can be taken out common. Mu naught is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 divided by 2 pi r. R is 4 centimeter, 4 by 100, and I1 plus I2. So current just going to be added up. 20 plus 10 is 30. So if I substitute these numbers, 2 ja 1, this is 4, right? And then we have this one as going to become 50. 50 into 30, right? So it's like 10 to the power minus 7 multiplied by 5 3 ja 15, 1500 Tesla. But you have to report your answer in micro Tesla here. So simply multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Okay, so if I multiply 10 to the power 6, then it becomes 150 micro Tesla. So hence the answer is 150. It was an integer question. Okay, let's move to the next answer. Next question, find the output for the given cases. A is 0, B is 1, and the other case is A is 1, B is 1. Okay, so we'll do step by step this one. If I have a look at it, suppose this is your x, okay, and this is your y. If this is x, this becomes x bar, right? And this is your y, okay, and when this is x bar coming, so the in this side it will be x bar, and this side will be y. So this is now which gate? The next gate is your OR gate. Okay, this one is also OR gate. So it becomes x bar plus y, and that one also becomes x bar plus y. Okay, so then you have this NOR gate as an output. So x bar plus y, and that is x bar plus y. Or you can do it like this. Suppose I put a equal to 0 and b equal to 1 here, right? So if I put a equal to 0 and b equal to 1, then this one is 0, x is 0, and y is 1. Then x bar becomes your 1, and then y is actually as it is 1 only, right? So now over here at this particular NOR gate, you have the input, one is x bar plus y, other one is x bar plus y. Okay, so now x bar plus y will be what? X bar plus y, very simple, 1 plus 1 will give you 1 only, and the other one is also x bar plus y. So x bar plus y, there also will be 1 plus 1, which will be 1. So 1 and 1 will give you NOR as 0. Okay. So therefore, at the output will be then this one 0 because of NOR gate. And if your next case, for the first case it's 0, okay, for the first case is 0. For the next case, a is 1, b is 1, that means x is 1 and y is also 1, therefore x bar is 0 and y is 1. Now you again check x bar plus y. X bar plus y means your 0 plus 1 becomes 1, and the next one is also same, x bar plus y, so it will be 0 plus 1 as 1. So 1 and 1 again will give me output what? For the NOR gate, it will be 0. Alright, so for both the case, for the second case as well as for the first case is 0. So if I look at the options, it will be the first option. Okay, I hope it's clear, everyone. Alright.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Narayana Group of Educational Institutions. I am Deep Jyoti, and as you all know that we are running a series of JEE Main question paper discussion, and today we are going to discuss 6th April's Shift 2 question paper. Let's begin with mathematics, and for that we have our very learned Gaurav Bhatt sir with us. Thank you so much sir for coming here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right. Sir, what is your reaction to this question paper?
I think that this question paper, maths particularly, is a very lengthier side, though it is not very tough, but lengthy, and few of 2 or 3 questions are too much. If students they are indulging in that, they are going to lose many marks. They may not be able to keep clock, they are not using the time efficiently if they are indulging in those calculations.
Right. Alright, so let us dive deep into each question. So question number 1.
Question number 1 is basically simple diagram based. If they are able to draw the diagram, this is the regular question. Maybe in the calculation little bit time they have to invest, but I think it is easier side only.
Alright, but this is something that you have already established, no, that the paper is lengthy, so they'll have to spend time.
Yeah, in maths particularly, I think they are very used to this, so we are not saying that like that they are expecting something very different. If they are preparing for as per what we are discussing in the classroom regularly, they might have done good only in this paper.
Alright, let's go to question 2, sir.
Question number 2 is a very simple question that is based on sum of that formula of the squares of numbers, natural numbers. So that is fairly easy problem.
Easy problem, alright. Question number 3.
Question number 3 is also very regular problem from definite integral.
Okay.
Just they have to apply the property, right? They will get the answer easily.
Yes, that is very important. Like they have to use which property at right time. So yeah. Question number 4.
Question number 4 is based on inverse trigonometric function, and I think this is fairly simple problem that maybe we have discussed such problems, or maybe exact this problem also we have discussed in our classroom, I think. So it is also fairly easy, I think.
So the question type of question that we have already discussed in the classroom. Yeah. Question number 5.
Question number 5 is very repeated question from JEE Mains. If they are asking any question from 3D, one question based on shortest distance between skew lines is always there.
Right.
So I think this is very regular questions they are asking.
Regular question. Yes. Alright. Question number 6.
Question number 6, I will say that this is the most calculation based problem.
Right.
They are asking it if any student is indulging in this, too much calculation is there. I think that if a student is indulging in such type of question more than 3-4 minutes, they should skip this at first. If at the end if they are getting some extra time, they must revisit
the
such
question,
type of questions.
Then it's very calculation heavy and lengthy, right?
Very.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Question number 7, sir.
Question number 7 is regular. That is application of determinants. So this also I think they have done quite easily.
Easy question. Yes. Alright. So the thing is that the questions are not difficult, but the calculations are very lengthy, right?
Yeah, that is very in maths paper it is always like that only.
Always like that. So NTA did not throw any surprise in this shift.
I don't think so that Narayana student particularly they have got any surprise in such paper.
Right. See, maybe the other JEE aspirants might have felt a surprise, but Narayanites, no way. They have been into all these questions. They have been grilled to solve all these questions. All right, sir. Let's go to question number 8.
Question number 8 is a fairly simple problem. Yes.
Yeah. Question number 9.
Question number 9, some calculation needed, but this type of questions we have discussed, this is very regular question from that is based on the classification of function.
Correct.
So very regular, nothing new in this question.
Nothing new. All right. Question number 10.
Question number 10, calculation wise it is lengthy, but concept there is nothing new.
There's no new concept. Okay. All right. Question number 11.
Question number 11, I will rate this question as at a very lengthier side for the calculation purpose. Based on very basics of conics, based on formula, but after question number 6, I think this question is another question that in that prima facie they should skip this problem.
Right. It is actually also on the lengthier side.
Yes,
very lengthy.
too much calculation. So there are higher chances that they may be losing some calculation and they may be losing marks.
Right. And time as well.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Question number 12.
Question number 12 is again I will say more calculation based rather than any surprise in concept.
All right. Question 13.
Question number 13 is very regular question from trigonometric equations. Fairly easy.
All right. Question 14.
Question number 40 is little lengthier side because they are using here concept of limit as well as they are using here location of root concept also. So they are indulging multiple concept they tried. So question number 4, this
13.
question 13 14 question is I think lengthier side but easy.
Okay, so the question is easy because, but again there are multiple concepts, but the concepts are easily understood by the students.
Yes.
All right, but again it is calculation heavy again.
Not calculation heavy, but they have to find R value, P value, then they have to plug in those values in second equation, then they have to actually if they're thinking more about this question, they may be losing marks or losing hope also, but if they start solving they will get answer easily.
All right. So students, these were the questions that we have received from the students of our Narayana, and all these questions that we are discussing are memory based questions. So this is a disclaimer that I wanted to put. So now since we have seen all the 14 questions that we have received from our students, what is your reaction to it? Like, how do you rate it on a scale of 10 based on difficulty?
Difficulty, I will say difficulty is 5 to 6 for Narayana students, but it is little lengthier side that we are very used to that.
Right.
So no surprise, but yes, it is lengthier side.
It's on the lengthier side.
Yes.
But sir, what we have seen previously that the previous mathematics paper of April shift were not that lengthy as what we are seeing in today's paper.
Yes, but they are continuously repeating same concepts.
Okay.
They are just changing values, but they are not asking new concepts. So those who are writing tomorrow or coming shift, I think they must go through these questions. They will definitely will be benefited by these sums.
All right. So any other piece of advice that you would like to give for the students who are going to appear for the 8th April session?
I think they have to, before attempting and jumping to attempt and to start solving randomly any problem or in a sequence, they must spend 2, 3, 4 minutes to gauge the
level of
question and the length of the question. Then only they should attempt. So they should not be losing any marks because of that they missed some easy or
right. Like they first at least spend 2 to 3 minutes to read and understand all the questions, and then choose your questions wisely. All right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining today. With that, we are at the end of this question paper discussion. See you for the physics video. Thank you. Well, now it's high time to discuss the physics question paper, and for that we have our very famous Prashant sir with us. Welcome, sir. Sir, how is the question paper?
Question paper is on easy to moderate side this time, and will require little bit time to solve the questions actually. And
lengthy?
Little side lengthy.
Little on the lengthy
not
side.
much. It will take 1 hour at least to complete the full this one. Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's discuss each question that whatsoever we have right now. Okay, question number 1.
Yeah, question 1 is on the optics chapter, and it's a straightforward.
Straightforward
easy
question.
side.
All right, question number 2.
Question 2, it involves the dynamics and kinematics part.
Mm-hmm.
So it will require calculation, and accuracy will play the role here.
All right. Question number 3.
3 is from the electrostats, from the potential point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And directly again, it's a formula based question.
All right, formula based question. Question number 4.
It's related to the percentage changes, which is again formula based.
All right. Okay, question number 5.
Yeah, it's from the nuclear physics again, but it's a straightforward question.
Straightforward question, nothing much.
Based it is.
All right, question number 6.
Question 6 is from wave optics.
Yes.
And it's again direct formula based, but little calculation is there.
All right, little calculation. Is it very calculation heavy? Like, will it take much time?
Not heavy calculation, moderate.
Moderate calculation. All right, let's go to question number 7 then.
7 is from the SHM, angular SHM specifically, and again they will find easy.
Easy?
Yeah.
All right. SHM actually was a very difficult topic for me, but again, if sir is saying it's easy, so then it is easy. Let's go to question number 8.
Question 8 is from the center of mass topic, and it's on the easier side only.
All right. Question number 9.
Question 9 is from the rolling motion, and basically it involves dynamics of rolling motion.
Right.
So calculation is there,
Yeah.
and student who has done good practice in it will do it good.
Right. All right. Question number 10.
Question 10 is from the your KTG chapter.
Yes.
Where you find equilibrium temperature and formula based it is. Direct.
Formula based?
Yes.
How is the questions asked from the KTG? Like, are they generally formula based, or there are some questions in any of the shifts?
No. Actually, I think in mains they don't ask.
They don't ask from
questions.
the rigorous question. Only formula based
Only
question from
formula
KTG.
based, correct.
Yeah, this is something that I've been asking. I've been seeing in the previous discussion as well. All right. Question number 11.
Question 11 is from the dynamics, friction based question, and again they will not find any difficulty in it.
All
it's
right.
an easy side.
Easy question.
Yes.
Okay. Question number 12.
12 is actually related to capacitance, and they are asking loss, so they are already used to this type of question in our Narayana modules also there. So they won't find any difficulty in that also.
Right. All these questions must be discussed in our Narayana module, right?
Yes, but all these questions are coming, they have to do calculation. Not
Right.
In mind you will
in
do.
mind you cannot
You
do.
have to take out pen and
paper.
you have to do roughly. The
Right. Okay. Question number 13.
Question 13 is a straightforward, no calculation required, so it's a very easy.
Okay, so you can do this question in mind.
Yes, students can easily do it.
All right. Question number 14.
Question 14 requires if you remember the dimensional formula, all those. Otherwise, you can find out from the formula based.
Right.
So easy one.
Yeah, easy one. Yes, dimensional analysis. Question 15.
Question 15 formula based it is. Graph is given for the Young's model elasticity chapter.
Right.
But they can do it.
Okay. Let's go to question number 16.
Question 16 is from this Torricelli law and the range asking. So again, direct formula based it is, but requires pen and paper to calculate exact
do the
answer.
calculation. Okay. Question 17.
Question 17 is also from the magnetic field chapter. They are asking the magnetic field, two parallel wires. So they won't find any difficulty in calculating the answer. But it's an integer question.
Integer based question. Okay. Question number 18.
Question 18 is from semiconductor logic gates.
Yeah.
And it's coming regularly. One
Yeah,
question.
From logic gates, yes.
Logic gate question is going to come. That's the thing now.
Right.
That's what we understand from the papers. Which are coming,
Right. All right. So these were the 18 questions. All these questions are memory based that we have received from our students. So on a scale of 10, how would you rate on the basis of difficulty this question paper?
No, difficulty wise it's not difficult, but requires just a little bit pen and paper to work out the answers.
Right.
And I think I will rate on the difficulty level 4-5.
4-5 on the based on difficulty.
Yes,
all right.
out of 10.
And what about the lengthiness of the paper?
Lengthiness is not there much. It's a moderate lengthy wise, not that much
that
lengthy.
Yeah.
But students can do within 55 minutes like that.
All
this
right.
paper. So rating will be around 5. This
5.
one also 50%.
All right. 50%. Okay. All right. So with that, we are at the end of this question paper discussion. So we are just left with 2 shifts. So as you were saying that logic gates question are coming. So one piece of advice that would like to give to the students who are going to appear for 8th April exams.
So all the topics questions are coming. There are few topics whose questions are getting repeated.
Right.
For example, this one and dimensional formula also question is coming.
Yes. This is what I have also seen in discussion.
Dimensional formula is coming. Logic gates are coming.
Yeah.
and from the, if I see current electricity, those normal basic circuit questions, they are not coming, but AC related questions are coming.
Right.
So hopefully I think next two shift maybe this thing will be repeated. Now almost
Right.
like 60-70% papers are done,
Right.
and the things which are repeating, I think 20-30% they won't make changes much.
Right, right,
So
right.
probability wise should be more like this paper only. So I would say that it will be on a same level side, and just focus on your basic concepts and you will score very high then.
All right, all right. So students, focus on your basic concept and keep a mark what Sir Prashant sir has told you on a couple of concepts that you have to, read it, because questions were asked repeatedly from those concepts. With that, we are done with the physics. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's discuss the chemistry question paper, and for that we have Neha ma'am.
Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am.
Before
Again.
saying welcome, I'm already saying thank you.
All right, ma'am. So how is this 6 shift 2?
It is again easy paper. In the morning also we discussed easy papers. So both papers of 16th April is easy.
All right. Chalo, perfect. Let's dive deep into each question. Question number 1.
Question number 1 is a direct question from chemical bonding, bond order question. They could have made it a little tougher if the options given were of little complex nature. But the four compounds given are very basic,
Very simple,
11th
yeah.
opening,
Right,
chemical bonding. So easy for that sake.
Easy. All right. Let's go to question number 2.
Question number 2, if you remember, this nickel complexes have been like out of, this is our which paper we are discussing, 8th, right?
The
8th
eighth
paper,
question
out of
paper.
8th, I think 3 in this April session we have seen nickel, and in January session also around 4 or 5 paper had nickel complex. So very common, same ammonia, carbon monoxide, cyanide, I would say repeat in a different format.
Repeated question in a different format. All right. Let's go to question number 3.
Question number 3, extremely simple. You just have to be little cautious with the reading.
Right.
As the
right.
they can get
The language is
language is also easy, but see, in
trapping.
extreme left ionization energy, extreme right in the bracket, don't consider noble gases. So these things they just need to, what should I say, is analyze,
right.
evaluate, then they can do.
Then they can do.
Yeah, then
All
it is
right.
perfectly scoring.
Let's go to question 4.
30-second question, very direct.
Very direct. All right.
Yes.
Question number 5.
Question number 5 is time taking, because it is a combination of 2 reactions. First, they have to form the products in this particular reaction, as they have given 6, and then they have to analyze which out of these products can be prepared by Gabriel Thalamide.
Right.
So Huffman bromide, Gabriel Thalamide. In amines chapter, these are the 2 reactions, whether you say amide or amines.
Repetitive question. So basically, in
But
the
time
first
taking.
5 questions that we have seen, 5th question is the one which is time taking. Rest all of them are very easy peasy.
Yes.
Formula based question directly from the chapter. All right. Let's go to question number 6.
6 is, I would say, good quality question. First, they have not defined C4H9 what type of structure it is. Is it a 1 bromo N-butyl, 2
Right.
bromo N-butyl, or is it a branch? So nothing is defined. Now student may for a 10 seconds will think, is it correct or something is missing?
Correct.
Right, but if they'll proceed taking all the possible cases, soon they'll realize what to take, what possible answer. Then after that, A, B, C, 3 different reactions are given, which are very important and famous, but they have to process. D is to be identified which one.
Right.
So those who keep their calm, spend some time, say 1 minute at least, then they will score it. Otherwise, people will lose it.
Difficult. Right. Multi steps are there.
Multi
here.
steps, yes.
Right. Question number 7.
Question number 7 is very basic, simple question from resonance GOC. So I think most of them will definitely get it
Be
correct.
able to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 8.
Question number 8, thermodynamics. In morning also the work order was there with different processes. Again similar. It seems like on the
Right.
same day same concepts are repeated. How they
Yeah.
are framing we don't know. But it appears that similar concept on the same day.
Correct.
Right? So similar type question. Again just the formula. Morning they were asking the work done in which order. Here some formula is given.
Right.
Formula based direct question from
Right.
thermo.
Right. Question 9.
Question 9 is a good question.
Okay.
Good in the sense, first to multi-step, of course, very
Right,
good.
right.
But when they are moving from 3rd to 4th step, I'm sure even some of the teachers will stumble on that is something is missing, something is wrong in this question.
Right.
But it is beautifully framed from NCERT directly.
Okay, okay. NCERT based question, but again
Simple
nicely
question.
framed.
Yes, yes.
Question number 10.
Question number 10. Question on face value seems to be simple,
Right.
but lengthy, because they have to see all these compounds, then have to follow only 4 of these follow octet rule, find
Right.
them. In the second question, have only 1 lone pair. Out of the 3, they have to analyze. So it appears to be simple from chemical bonding to say.
Right,
But
right.
when
But
you-
again,
when
when
you
you
do
solve,
it,
when you dive deep into it, then
yes,
you
it is-
realize that the water is actually very deep, just like your
Yes.
question.
It takes time.
Let's go to question number 10 then.
Question number 10 is time taking, and I'll say time taking just because of the 4 options. Salt analysis question, direct question, but this second options that they are, second compound that they are giving in these will take some time for them. That is all.
Ma'am, you were telling that salt analysis question is not being asked much, but again,
Yes,
this is
yes,
the
yes.
second or third time that we are seeing the
Yes,
salt analysis
third.
question.
Out of 8, this is the third time this time.
Right. All right. Let's go to question number 11 then.
Question number 11 here is simple but slight time from coordination complex, which will be precipitated, which will not be precipitated. The only care which student have to take is in the last they are asking, give your answer as x into 10 to the power minus 3 moles.
Yes.
Now what student will do, they will definitely calculate x, and in happiness or in overconfidence or whatever, they will fill that x. This is the error that they tend to make. Otherwise the question is scoring.
All right. Let's go to question number 13 then.
Then question number 13 is from Gabriel Thalamide again, and carbylamine combination.
Yes.
Simple, same reactions as whosoever has done amines chapter well will do this question very
We'll be
easily.
able to do it. Question number 14.
Simple question of osmotic pressure, which side the solution will move, and as the picture is given, semi-permeable membrane direction of movement. So I think very, very simple.
Will that image be confusing to the students, saying that okay,
No.
which big image that has come? No.
No, I don't think it will be confusing, because for us it is like this on screens.
Right. It would
It be much
different.
easier. We are
Right.
having hard copy. They
Right.
will go for computer based tests.
Correct. Let's go to question 15 then.
Question 15 is a good question. From ethers we haven't seen for long, na?
Yeah.
So ethers it is.
Ethers, yes. Ethers is for the first time that I'm
Ethers we
seeing.
have not seen any such question like this. So let's open that. Okay, ether is now coming. Hana, ether
Right.
is there. After that, which side the reaction will break, that is asked. So okay, like mid we can say.
Medium level question. Question number 16.
16 is good quality question. Why good quality? There are 2-3 reactions involved.
Correct.
Different nature, all important. This down one, na, why?
Right.
I have seen that even till last almost 70% students make error with this Y preparation.
Correct.
So they know that student make this particular cyanide and Grignard reaction mistake till end. They have used it. Then aldol is there.
Yes.
Kuchrov is there. So 3 important reaction, and to make it worse, see, they have asked IUPAC name, and in the option they have given common name and IUPAC both. So if someone will mistake, he did not read that IUPAC word, and first option is the common name of the compound obtained. So it is a trap.
Nice.
So this particular can be a problem if they are
If somebody is
patient and
running
if they are
against the
calm.
time, then they might might land up
yes,
with the wrong option.
I think almost 95% people will do error in this
Error.
one place or another.
Right.
Ultimately will lose this question.
Correct. Let's go to question number 17.
Question number 17, direct formula based question from ionic equilibrium. It appears to be this big formula, but very simple.
Right.
Very simple.
Alpha it is asking. All right. Question number 18.
Question number 18, again D and F block, but the favorite manganese and chromium compound. So
Yes,
just
yes,
write
yes.
the electronic configuration, get the answer. Spend some 30 seconds and get the answer.
All right. Chemistry does not demand that much of time, students. You
Yeah.
just have to spend, like whatever you're studying, you just have to be thorough with it. That's how
Yes.
they can ace
That's
it.
why we have framed this new word for chemistry in this particular discussions, you remember?
Right.
Time efficient.
Correct. This
You
paper,
put
it has
time, you get
already
marks.
Yeah, absolutely true. With that, we are going to discuss the last question, that is question number 19.
And it is from chemical equilibrium. Simple question. Chemical equilibrium, I think from last 3 shift is coming.
Right.
Chemical ionic. This paper again has 2, one from chemical, one from ionic. But simple, direct question, formula based, simple degree of dissociation question. Morning also it was there, evening also there. Scoring.
All right, all right. With that, we are done with the discussion of all the questions. But let me give you one disclaimer again that all these questions are memory-based questions that we received from our students. Ma'am, so on a scale of 10, how would you rate it?
Morning was 6.
Right.
They're slightly better. Let's go to 7.
Let's go to 7. All right.
Let's
So
go
this
to
is a question 7 because there are a couple of good questions
Yes,
that we have seen.
yes,
Right.
yes.
Which some questions are lengthy, multi-concepts and multi-reactions.
yes.
All right. One piece of advice for the 2 shifts.
For the coming 2 shifts, that is day after tomorrow, you have 1 extra day if you are not going for that BARC paper.
Right, right.
So then spend some time, read amines from NCERT.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Biomolecules
Yes,
also being
biomolecules,
asked.
vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins.
That
Yeah,
particular
there are
chapter.
lot of questions. Yeah.
So all such chapters which are and revise the basic formula of
correct.
physical chemistry.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Revise the spectrum part. In short, go through NCERT, just turn pages, whatever you have marked, go through them, and all the best. You will score very good if the paper pattern remains same.
If the paper pattern remains the same, you will be definitely scoring good because chemistry is something that has been easy to moderate. It has not been tough yet.
No,
yeah.
no.
So this is the pattern in the shift 2 that we have seen in the past 8 papers. With that, we are at the end of this discussion. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.